dwarf goblins. Chat. I need spots for the bingo card. All right, what do we got? All right. Let me see here. Chat. Nah. If I do that, you guys are gonna know already. There's gonna be one, and someone's just gonna say it to fill it in. Hey, how's it going? New chatter gets mad at Taron. There we go. Yo. Oh, God, you're up right now? Finally? Most random niche nerf at high level. Oh, they got that already. Yeah, I'll talk about that. Yeah, let me think here. Oh, yeah, but I like it anyways. Nah, even old chatters are gonna say some shit like that. Wait, for real? No, yeah. The capstone is kind of odd. It's not that it's bad, but yeah. Sleep at like 4:30. God. Because that can't be the free space. God, I thought this one was so funny. Someone's gonna mention Tony Stark. This counts if they mention Iron Man. Yeah, don't you like steampunk? Yeah. We got another one. Hang on. All right. People have been here for a minute. Do I want anything from QT? Fuck yeah, I do. Breakfasty, not biscuits and gravy. Something I can eat while I'm like streaming. Yeah. Hang on. Oh shit, I had one and then I lost it. What kind of bingo is this? They released the Artificer for 2024, and this is yeah. Let me see here. Let me think here. Someone rages in chat at Taron. Even better if we don't know who it is. All right. I mean, yeah, but I like it anyways. It's kind of close there. Here. I got one. All right, yeah. You guys that have been in chat for a while know what I mean by this. This always comes up. You must hate waffles. All right. Wish fallacy. Yeah, you just hate D&D. Yeah. Let's see what else we got. Wish fallacy. Ooh. Hang on, here's a... I almost want to put this one in the free space, but I'm going to put it up here. DM Fiat. This is... if there's something in here that relies on the DM to set what they would like it to be. Wish what? Wish fallacy. Nothing can be broken in the game because wish exists. The wish fallacy. Bag of rats, I guess? You don't like WotC, yeah. I would put bag of rats in the middle, but that's... what arcane nonsense is this? Bag of rats. This is only if they actually break it. Alright. Alright, what else we got? Alright, chat, give me some more. If they'll get cantrip extra attack. Did 2014 get that? Broken in multi-classing, thank you. Broken if multi-class, we'll just leave that. I mean, can we just put that in the middle? That's our free space? Like, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I added a... hang on. Okay, we don't have to come up with as many. Here we go. Alright, we'll put that down here. Wait, we got... that's one exploit there. We'll move this over here. Alright. Bad / no, it's not supposed to. I caught it. I fixed it. Bad / boring capstone. I mean, kind of spoiler territory there. It's... I don't think it's great. I already kind of skimmed it, yeah. Must have multi-class for wizard. I mean, we have broken if multi-class there. No! Fuck! Jesus Christ! Hi! No! Shit, hi! How are you doing? Yeah? Are you gonna go get me breakfast now? Yeah? Fucking sleep paralysis demon sneaking up on me. Jesus Christ.
That was so funny.
Oh, fuck.
You jumped like...
Yeah, well, yeah, because suddenly I just have someone emerge from the fucking... like, I've got the closet door open over there and everything. The fucking... yeah, demon coming out of the goddamn... yeah. Hey, how you doing? Yeah. Alright, pointless restrictions.
What bingo are we doing?
How... it's just like, they released this Artificer, and, now I'm just doing bingo of, like, Unearthed Arcana, taking the piss out of it. The mana... yeah. It only starts to click after 5th. Only comes online at 5th, 10th level.
I know it would be so tedious, but man, we need a tearing jump scare
and all people have to do is look at all the times that you just sneak in here.
Yeah, but that's like hours of live streams you gotta scrub through.
Yeah, streamer spooker, yeah. No crafting. We'll say no crafting.
Did you say the Artificer?
Yeah.
Tony Stark engine.
Yeah, because I was curious if, I mean, I think they did a video. I don't want to watch the whole entire thing. Martial feature replaced by a spell.
There's steampunk something or other on here.
Oh, so you said steampunk? Alright, so we're going to say steampunk mention. But not... Alright. How about this? Here, I'm just going to throw in a random one because I know this seems to come up every fucking stream. chatter mentions Sonic.
God. Jesus.
Okay. Oh. When are you adding Artificer to Vagabond? We'll just do this.
I don't know that this is like a common thing, but
That's free to be aged. Yeah, I mean, fair. Yeah, fair. What were you saying?
I don't know how frequent this is, but we say artificer. I know people who say artificer.
Oh God.
I know. I hate.
I
it.
hate
it like a lot.
I can't have a dog in that race. I'm like, oh no, because it's a made up word. I'm just like
that's fair.
it's an absolute fantasy word. Only 3 attunement slots. Nah, I can already tell you right now. Just from the brief skim that I did earlier, that they're gonna get more. Tracking required. Yeah. I'm gonna say tracking issues.
Is that like inventory?
Yeah, well, that's like saying you have this many points to do this thing. They refresh on a long rest.
Oh,
You can spend it to do this, or this.
I was thinking having to keep track of a ton of inventory.
Pause video to talk about the current song. Yeah. How about music tangent?
Oh, this is while you're reviewing it and chat
Just what happens on stream.
chat bingo.
That's
okay.
but that's one that I want to avoid. I want to keep it like on focus. Yeah. Feature is just a spell, but 1% more. God. Okay. How about this? If we can find something that we can objectively break. Objectively broken. And I have a definition for what objectively broken. Yeah. World's greatest role-playing game mention. Sure.
Somebody talked about their OC like idea for it or something.
Yeah.
Football.
That's the other thing is like if people in chat see it, they're more likely to do it. So I'm like, there's some things that I'm trying to keep controlled where it's like, if it's a new chatter that we've never seen before that says something, like, yeah, new chatter gets mad at Taron. Oh wait, someone rages in chat at okay, so that's in there twice. Yeah, but I like it anyways is another one. Okay. It doesn't really happen too much. Pathfinder does it better. Alright, what else we got? Martial feature replaced by a spell. I think that's pretty rare, and that's only really come up in the instance of like maybe Hunt or Ranger and Paladin. God, what's our free space? Awkward OGL. This avoidance. Maybe. It comes up in conversation where they're like, well, we would like to have added this to the original open game license, but it turns out the community really got mad at us last year. How would you design an Artificer? Thank you. Why don't you do better? Wait, here. Yeah, they just released for the 2024 thing.
Okay.
They already had one for 5e.
Okay.
by the time they had it out, we were like not really playing much D&D anymore. Why don't you do better? Free space. J. Crawl makes a fantastic face when video paused. We get a good freeze frame of Jeremy Crawford.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay. Here, I don't know about the free space there. That doesn't quite seem like a thing that we'd totally get.
Mm-hmm.
How about great freeze frame?
Yeah.
Sure. All right, and then we need the freebie.
Put it on 2x speed. 'Cause they talk
Has to be on 2x speed. We'll watch it live when the video releases. Oh, I thought it already released. Oh, did it not? Is the video not out yet? Shit, I should check that out.
Our comments turned off.
Probably not. They kind of just let that misery sit there. Oh no, it's there. 2 hours ago. Oh, it's been a minute since we've done this.
Yeah, no one. See, Great Freeze Frame is already.
Already Todd Kenrick.
Space.
You're thinking is that memeable? Like.
Oh yeah, it looks like a turtle or like when you tell somebody, oh, your hair looks really nice. I don't know.
I'm handsome.
Yeah.
Mom said I'm handsome.
Little, like, anime cheeks.
Extremely specific ribbon ability that we'll never use. Ooh. So we had Dean Fiat there.
Shitty Capstone?
I thought, wait, well, no, because I already know that the Capstone's not fantastic.
Oh, okay.
I don't know about that for the ribbon ability, but I do kind of think, here, yeah, but I like it anyways. We'll put, Worthless Ribbon. Okay.
Do you think anybody would be like, did you even play it?
Oh my god, right. Yeah, of course not. It's called getting a first impression. Great in playtesters, super excited. Thank you.
Hey.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was great in playtest. And what we found out
Oh yeah, I
was-
didn't think of what they might say too.
Oh yeah, it's Jeremy Crawford has some very specific catchphrases now, I guess is what we'll say.
Tavern.
Some other common phrases seem to describe their enthusiasm. Yeah. I was gonna say players will enjoy this because it seems like Jeremy Crawford says that all the time. Let's see this. Okay. I don't think we need to make that any more fancy. Worthless ribbon. Oh yeah. All right, let's see here. Oh, by the way, I need to get the description right on this.
Do you have an extra row?
Hmm?
Do you have an extra row?
It was an accident.
Oh.
Look, you don't need. They're already giving me the shit. All right. All right. So we got our bingo card.
Aren't you like a layout guy?
I threw this together in like literally fucking
I can't
like 10 minutes. All right. Get off my case. Wait, weren't you gonna go get me a burrito?
I can't like order the burritos from their like little menu. We have to catch them like in the morning.
So what was? So we're not getting food? What?
Yeah, but
Oh,
they
okay.
I can't order the burritos at
Oh.
lunch, the breakfast burritos.
So what are we doing then?
I mean, I'm going to Quick Trip,
Oh, okay.
but I just can't get you
Right.
a burrito.
Right.
So what else would you like from Quick Trip?
God damn, that's a good question. I guess like 2 taquitos. Yeah, just 2 taquitos. That works.
Cool.
I'll do that.
All right, chat. What do you want from?
Don't ask
What do you
them.
want from Quick Trip?
They're just gonna tell you a bunch of random shit. Can you make the brush slightly transparent so new chatters can read the cover text?
Yeah, yes.
Hey, good
like
call.
The clear planchet.
Hey, there we
Or
go.
can you give it like more of like a solid red rim though? Like the little coins?
No, it's just the brush tool in
Oh,
Photoshop.
Oh, you can still make it do that.
How? What would you do for that?
I'm gonna do the brush setting.
Well, yeah, but what? I mean, what brush setting? Is that like a pressure thing? I think that's like. I think you need a specific.
I'll have to look. I
What?
forget how, but yeah, you can make it do that. You can make all kinds of cool brushes.
There is. To where there's like a ring on the outside. That's, you know what, we're getting too fancy with it. This works, okay? This works. If people are gonna be picky about it. Oh wait,
No,
here.
it's fine.
I oughta turn off the Vagabond logo, or else some psychos are gonna accuse me of trying to promote my game by shitting on this one. Okay.
Oh god. Then in place of Vagabond, you can put We Both Won.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they won and so did we.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
We won.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, here we go. Yada-da. We need to go. Okay. I'll see you when you bring me some taquitos. Maybe. Maybe. All right. So I have the PDF. I've already skimmed it a little bit. And okay, there we go. Ted already beat me to the coverage? Probably. Yeah. I mean, I'm not really stressing to cover D&D incredibly quick or anything like that, but you know. Also, Wizards of the Coast doesn't talk to me, so all right, so let's see what's up. Oh no!
Look at that cute little face.
You just want to pinch his cheeks.
I do.
All right, they're gonna think that
apple.
they're gonna think that we're harassing them now at this point.
How is telling someone they're cute harassing them?
Is he singing the song of his people? All right. Well, we're gonna see what's up with this. I think.
He looks so jolly.
That's usually a really unkind way to say fat.
No, there's sparkles in his eyes. Those are called studio lights.
All right, let's see this. 31 minutes. Okay. Here's the deal. I guess we start it with this, and then we'll go over and do the bingo card, or then we'll go over and do the we'll do the skim through the whole deal. Okay.
But we have a new Unearthed Arcana, and we are delving into the Artificer. Can you tell me about what is new, what has changed, and just a reminder about what this testing process is? I am so glad that the first Unearthed Arcana after the new Player's Handbook and the new Dungeon Master's Guide is the Artificer, a class that not only I love working on, but I love playing. And the Unearthed Arcana process is a chance for us to share with the D&D community something we're working on, and to get the community's temperature on how do you like what we're working on. It's a snapshot of our work in progress, and we're asking people to weigh in on that snapshot. Because it's a work in progress, for anyone who hasn't been part of Unearthed Arcana before, it means that if the thing we're showing you ends up in a book later, there's a good chance it will have evolved since this snapshot. Yeah. And we will then be posting a survey online so that people can let us know what they think about what they read in this new article, and even better, let us know what they have discovered through playtesting material in here. That feedback, we then go through very carefully and study it and see how we can then improve what we've shared with everyone. And so what we're sharing now is the Artificer class. Now, people who have Tasha's Cauldron of Everything or Eberron Rising from the Last War have a version of the Artificer. Right. The version that we are sharing now is a version that benefits from many of the improvements that we've made in the 2024 Player's Handbook. And this is a chance for us to bring the Artificer in line with the classes that are in that book. A chance for the Artificer to get the same kind of glow up that the Wizard's gotten, the Fighter's gotten, and all of the other classes. And so what we've done is we've gone through the base class, looked for ways that we can improve it, make it more fun, apply lessons we've learned about the class ever since we released it, and then we've also gone through each of the 4 subclasses that appeared in Tasha's Cauldron of Everything and fine-tuned them. In some cases given brand new features, in other cases taken a feature that maybe people enjoyed but had kind of a squeaky wheel in it.
Hang on one second. Let me do this. Because this would be a lot better for viewing. We get you over here, right? And then you here. Aha! All right. Let's get this over. Right? Is that tiny on stream? Okay, here, we got it.
And so we've applied oil, and we have looked everywhere. How can we make the class even more fun for people? The class's spell list benefits from some of the new spells in the revised player's handbook, and we also have some new magic items in the Unearthed Arcana for people to take a look at. Makes sense, yeah, it's the Artificer. So let's talk about the base class. How has that changed? So we have made a bunch of fine-tuning and redesign at the base level of the class, starting with the very first feature you get, Magical Tinkering. Before, Magical Tinkering, in many ways, was a object version of the Prestidigitation spell. Very similar also to what the Rock Gnome does about being able to take a feature of Prestidigitation and essentially apply it to an object. We felt we could do more for the Artificer, particularly because the Rock Gnome is in the player's handbook. We also now have the Crafter feat in the player's handbook. We wanted Magical Tinkering to go beyond essentially just delivering Prestidigitation but in object form, particularly because the class has Prestidigitation on its spell list. And so what we've done is we've replaced the functionality of the previous Magical Tinkering with the ability to, through your tinkering, create actual objects. So this, and you're going to see this as a theme in some of the redesigns here, you're not just sort of giving some magical oomph to an object that already exists, you are creating an object. And this is the way for the Artificer right away at first level to be the person who can
do we count that?
Tricks and be like, I've got the rope we need because I just made it. I've got the torch we need because poof, I just fabricated it. Right. And we've provided a list of adventuring gear that the Artificer can make. You can do it a certain number of times per day. And this.
Why didn't anyone tell me that was that quiet? Hey, come on, like let me know what's up. All right.
Right away gives the Artificer a versatility and a relationship with gear that really, I think, helps bring its identity more fully to life. Yeah. We then, at second level, continue this theme of creating stuff, because that's such a big part of the Artificer, by replacing the previous Infuse Item feature with a feature called simply Replicate Magic Item. Now,
hey, what up,
the
Phil?
item infusion system that the Artificer used to have was essentially a magic item creation system, but you had to jump through several hoops to get there. You had to first have a non-magical object. Yeah. Then you had to know an infusion that could affect that kind of object. Then you had to use that infusion on that object to either turn it into a magic item-like item, or if the infusion you learned was the Replicate Magic Item infusion, you were creating a magic item from a limited list of magic items. We scrapped all that. Yeah. Now, you are simply making magic items. You know a certain number of magic item plans now, and the list of plans that you can choose from starts small at level 2. It's a preset list of items along with every common magic item in the game. But as you level up, the list of items that you can select plans from gets larger and larger and larger. And rather than being a set of fixed item lists as before, you now start gaining access to whole categories of magic items, and then you are able to create different rarities of those items as you level up, peaking at level 14, where you start being able to create rare magic items in several different categories. This means now that the Artificer is the magic item crafter par excellence. No one else in the game will match him in this. They had a bit of this before, but now it's just essentially we cut out the middleman where you were kind of having to do this little mini game of I've got the mundane object, then I put the infusion in it, then it becomes you're just making magic items now. Right. So this is a really exciting evolution for the class. It also means that the class can now evolve with the game. One of the things we wanted to solve in this revision of the Artificer was later on when we come out with books with new magic items, we want Artificers to have access to that material. Right. And so this.
I was gonna say here real quick, crafting to me means that like you make the item and it is permanent. So like if it's not a permanent magic item, if there's like any contingency on its like permanence, right? Like if you create another one, this other one is lost, then I don't consider that to be crafting.
Redesign of their magic item replication abilities not only lets them make more different types of items, but also means that this ability now grows with the game. And there is no limitation based off whether you know that spell. Just because that magic item can replicate that spell doesn't mean that you need to know that spell yourself. No, you pick certain plans, and then the items you make are based on the plans you know. Perfect. Now also, going back to first level, we've made a tweak in spellcasting that will also help the Artificer's versatility. And the Artificer is all about versatility. And that is we've made it so that the Artificer, like the Wizard, can change one of their cantrips every time they finish a long rest. This means our 2 intelligence-based spellcasters are the ones who have the easiest time changing their cantrips. And again, part of this is that both of these classes, so much of their identity is about having the right tool for the job. And of course, the Artificer has a feature called the right tool for the job, and that too has changed, where because we now have magical tinkering at level 1, letting you just create objects, right tool for the job now gets to build on that feature by adding artisan's tools to the list of items that you can create from the equipment chapter. And so between magical tinkering and replicate magic item, as you
wait, what?
Level 1.
Hang on. There we go. Jeez.
Letting you just create objects, right tool for the job now gets to build on that feature by adding artisan's tools to the lists of items that you can create from the equipment chapter. And so between magical tinkering and replicate magic item, as you level up, you have this growing list of things that you can make. Right. So if you want to play a character who is all about making stuff, the Artificer was already good at that, but now the Artificer is even better at that, whether the items you're making are non-magical or magical. At level 6, right?
Wait, okay, so you have to. I mean, we'll see this when we get over to the PDF, but I'm kind of like, why? I'm just kind of like, why does that need to be there? You can make a tool, so like this saves you the money, the expense of the tool, I guess, but like, it seems like the thought behind this, I mean, if I'm just kind of taking my shot in the dark here, is they wanted to make sure that the Artificer always had a tool set on hand, but like there's other even better, damn it, that should have been on the bingo. I like the way that like Shadowdark handles this actually, where like you always have your thieves tools handy and they don't occupy a gear slot. Okay, cool. Like right there. This feels like a potential tracking issue. It's just, I mean, they never really handled like equipment all that well in D&D. Jumping Eyes, hey, thank you, welcome. They never really handled encumbrance well with 5e, and like if this were like a gear slot system like Knave or Shadowdark, it would be a whole other ball game. This would actually be pretty fucking nice, but it's 5e, and nobody tracks encumbrance in 5e. Nobody does. If you tell me that you do in chat, I'm gonna say you're a dirty fucking liar, because nobody tracks encumbrance in 5e. Nobody. All right.
We've changed. We've
yeah, it saves money. Like, but like that money is so, like, meaningless. Really, it's so infantastic. Whatever, small. We just it doesn't really matter. You know, all tools actually do stuff now. I mean, they've been saying that they were going to be doing that since Xanthar's Guide. You know, like, I mean, so tools have always done stuff now, but if they codify it, where like this is what the tool does, they cut off. Basically, it's like this. By over codifying, you kind of subconsciously make people feel like they can't do things that they would use common sense to do, right? Does that make sense? Like, if I have a healing potion, okay, well, what does that do? Well, if I codify the rule around that, it heals like 2d6 hit points, or I'm like, this is a healing potion, and I leave that open and vague, well, I could maybe use it to like cure a sickness in somebody, because we're interpreting it, right? Now, I'm not saying that every game needs to do this or anything like that, but I think that there's certain items where it makes sense that this is how it needs to apply. I think the recent thing that I saw where it was like, yeah, because you guys over-codified it, it actually doesn't work out right, was, I think in the MCDM Draw Steel playtest, they were like, a rope is 60 feet. Or, no, wait, 6 squares? Or something like that? And because it was, like, 6 squares, if you were to move it diagonally, it actually, like, extends the length of the rope, because they weren't using the measurement of real-world length. They were using the, like, game board, you know what I mean? Like, the battle mat there. It's just a kind of odd thing, you know? And, like, if you were to, like, cut the rope in half, technically it actually remains as 2 6-square ropes, because a rope, by their definition, always, like, has to be this thing. So it didn't leave a lot of wiggle room for, like, what common sense was supposed to apply, right? So this is, like, the balance of codification versus common sense, you know? So, like, as a TTRPG designer, you're always kind of, like, skating, like, you're kind of walking this tightrope all the time. They made them lose spellcasting via infusion. Only one subclass can use wands. Lose spellcasting via infusion? I'll check that out.
Placed the tool expertise feature that used to be there with a new feature called Magic Item Tinker. And this allows you to take one of those magic items that you created with Replicate Magic Item and essentially disintegrate it into a spell slot. Yeah. So if you ever find, as an artificer, you've made more stuff than you need, you have the ability to instantly recycle one of the items you created to get the magical energy in it and turn that into a spell slot. And that's something that you can do once per day. Yeah, that's really cool. Also, we have
I'm gonna say, because I saw that earlier and I was already confused by it, I am very close to calling that a worthless ribbon, and I'll kind of talk about that once we get into it.
Flash of Genius, which is the Artificer's ability to quickly aid somebody who is making an ability check or a saving throw. And before, you had to decide that you were using this ability when the person said, I'm going to make this roll. Now, it's a subtle change, but an important one. Flash of Genius is in response to an ability check or saving throw failing. And so you now don't have to guess if the time is right for you to use it. And this is the kind of refinement that we did for a number of the classes in the New Player's Handbook. And so now we get to see the Artificer benefiting from tuning up in this way. And again, that will make it far easier for Artificers to know when is an optimal time to use one of their limited uses of flash abilities.
So you're not wasting it ever.
We have also, in the base class, improved the spell storing item, which before could store a level 1 or level 2 spell. Now it also has the ability to store a level 3 spell. So you'll be able to essentially juice that item up even more.
I'm just gonna say right now, I wish spell storing item was like the thing that they got at 2nd level, or like make it part of their spell casting feature. It's so evocative. It's one of the things that Jacob said from XP to level 3. Whenever he was doing his video on the Artificer, I was like, okay, yeah, that's actually a sick idea. So much of what I wanted Artificer to be would be this, like, you enchant items with spells and the items can do that spell effect or something. And that feels super sick, but like that doesn't really happen until 11th level, right? All right. We'll do that. So like for me, I would have really liked that. Now that does not mean that this Artificer is worse, by the way. I always know how people seem to like get in chat whenever I talk about this stuff. So I'm just saying I would have liked that to have been a thing, right? I like to theory craft in my brain about like, hey, what could these things be? You know, and I'm not saying, because I know how fucking Reddit reacts to this. I swear I'm like traumatized by this. Me saying that like, you know, if it had this instead, maybe that would be a cool idea. It's me brainstorming. All right. It's just me talking in the way that we do this and all that shit. Right. So don't take the stuff I say here like too seriously. All right. You just have fun with it. So like, yeah. Your class will be fun at highest level when you don't play it. I see, that's the thing is like, if that's happening at 11th level, and that's the thing that I'm most excited about probably getting on this thing, I'm actually a little upset that it's coming online that late. Like, that feels core. It feels core, and that doesn't feel like that does not feel like what would be equivalent to getting a 6th level spell slot kick on. You're able to distribute them a lot more, right? And it feels like you're kind of mixing and matching a bunch of your different spells like on these items and actually making your own. Like, that's the thing. I would have loved if this was like a core thing for the Artificer in their spell casting, not really at 11th level. At 11th level, like, forget about it all the time, you know?
Than you could before. We've also, at level 19, we've put in the Epic Boon, because all classes now get an Epic Boon at level 19. And then the 20th level feature, Soul of Artifice, has been improved in a variety of ways. This feature always had, on one hand, the ability to improve your saving throws if you were attuned to a certain number of items, and then it'll also allow you to cheat death.
Right.
Now, the death cheating ability before required you to use your reaction to use it, which can be pretty tricky because you never know in D&D or in life when death is coming, and sometimes you could have been in a situation where you already used your reaction on a particular round, making it impossible for you to use this ability. So first, you no longer have to burn a reaction to use this ability, and when you do use it, rather than being restored to 1 hit point, you're now restored to 20. And this is to help ensure you don't immediately drop a moment after coming back, which again is also a change that we've made in a number of the classes in the Player's Handbook, because we saw over the last decade that some of our death-defying abilities give you only a moment of defiance, and then because you were just standing there with 1 HP, then a monster could lightly blow on you and you would fall over. So we've made it that you have a chance to actually hold your ground for a bit longer. We've also replaced the saving throw bonus with instead a bonus to your ability checks. It no longer requires you to sort of chase having multiple items that you're attuned to, because many of the items you can create with the magic item replication don't require attunement. And so now what we've done is, as long as you have at least 1 item that you're attuned to, you get to add a d6 to every ability check that you make. And this represents the magic of your items helping guide your work as an Artificer. And this is also nice because it means you have something active that you can enjoy with this feature. Before, both halves of the feature were reactive. Saving throws are triggered by usually monsters or traps, and then the other feature was defying death. So we've made it so that you still have that death-defying ability, but now the other half gets to boost your ability check. So you get to feel like, when you're making something or when you're trying to figure something out or search for something, you get to feel like your magic items are powering you up.
Perfect.
So again, that's a lot there in the.
No, he didn't cover the thing I wanted to know. So whenever they're saying ability check, that is a nerf. That is a nerf. It applying to ability checks and not saving throws is objectively worse. A d6 to saving throw bonuses is super, super great. Like, fucking fantastic. Now, the +1 per attuned item is gone. Yeah. Because the CR20, I think that this is actually a random nerf. And the D6 to ability checks does not apply. I mean, getting their definition, if it doesn't apply to attack rolls, I mean, you're okay. So this is going to apply for you whenever you're breaking restraints for grapples. Like, I don't really understand what the thought process was there. Now, like, do I think that it should apply to every saving throw, like once per turn? No, of course not. But it's written really oddly, in that it's an ability check you make once per turn. So, like, you're really making 99% of the ability checks that you're making, like, during your turn, except in, like, what, contested checks? But, like, I think contested checks are, like, kind of gone. I don't know what the hell's happening with that, but yeah. Guidance is a cantrip, it's a D4. Well, I mean, sure. They've even made guidance less spammable. Yeah, it was a straight +6. Again, like, objectively better. This is a nerf. Now, that being said, I think that the nerf was probably warranted. A straight +6 to all saving throws is fucking crazy. Absolutely fucking crazy. But this is... I'm honestly... The thing is, it's like this, right? You just have a D6 that you're applying to all your ability checks outside of combat. Well, I mean, really in combat too. So, yeah, you're a skill monkey, but, like, is that interesting, right? Yeah, it's all ability checks outside of combat. It's the same as the Paladin aura, not a big deal. Like, but this is a thing. Like, so what this is doing now is like, well, hang on, actually, wait, I want to backtrack on that. It's not the same as the Paladin aura. Maybe numerically, right? Maybe numerically we could say that, but this would stack with that Paladin aura as well. So if you had a Paladin on your team, this is like a +11. So, I mean, you know, it getting swapped away from saving throws is really odd. We're adding Artificer. Yeah. I can't add it if it's you, Crow. I can't add it to the card if it's you. Like, it's... No, I don't think it's game breaking. No. I'm not saying it's game breaking. I'm saying that I think it's a nerf, and one that I'm like, I mean, a D6 moving over to ability checks instead of attack rolls or saving throws, like, yeah. The Paladin aura doesn't stack and it also turns off when they're unconscious. Wait, you disagree? The Paladin aura doesn't stack and it also turns off when they're unconscious. I'm not saying the Paladin aura stacks with another Paladin aura. I'm saying the Paladin aura stacks with the old Capstone. So it was 5+6. And it also turns off when they're unconscious. Well, yeah, but it's a fucking Paladin. They're not going unconscious. Like, I mean, you got a superpowered 20th level Paladin. They're not going unconscious. Like, all right.
Core class, you, again, some of the highlights are you're making real objects now. You're making non-magical ones, and you're making you can make a much wider
Fuck off, Crow.
array of magic items than you ever could before. Yeah, that's impressive. I mean, the only limitation here is like cursed items, and what else? So cursed items, and then you're also, the items that you can make is gated by rarity and item category. Yeah. And so as you hit certain levels, the class lets you know, all right, now you can make items of this certain rarity in this particular category. Gotcha. But yes, no, you can't make cursed items with replicate magic item. You can still make them using the magic item crafting rules in the Dungeon Master's Guide, right, but not with your quick creation ability in this class. You and I both have a soft spot for artificers. Oh yes. I spent a long time as an armorer, and I've loved that. And when I get to play a character in live play shows, usually the character I'm playing is Vi, the Artificer. In fact, just last week at PAX Unplugged, I got to play Vi in an episode of Desi Quest, which was a ton of fun. Oh, that's awesome. And Vi is an artillerist. Yeah. And I like all 4 of the Artificer subclasses, but because I keep playing Vi, I have a soft spot for the artillerist, rather the Artificer who loves to blow shit up. And I got a chance to play my character even as an armorer for about a year, and just getting the crap kicked out of you as a tank was so fun. Because you have such durability, but you are often like, it's such a fantastic tank in D&D. I love that subclass. So speaking of subclasses, we should probably talk about those. First off, we've got the Alchemist, correct? Yes. So the Alchemist set of spells that they always have prepared has gotten tweaked. Blight has been swapped out for Vitriolic Sphere, one of the spells now in the new player's handbook.
Okay.
And also the base class's spell list has gotten some additions from the new player's handbook, including Arcane Vigor, Dragon's Breath, the new True Strike, Elementalism, and also Circle of Power. So the Artificer base class has some new spellcasting options, and then the Alchemist now gets Vitriolic Sphere, because the Alchemist...
Wait, that was the base Artificer get.
Arcane Vigor, Dragon's Breath, out for Vitriolic Sphere, one of the spells now in the new player's handbook. And also the base class's spell list has gotten some additions from the new player's handbook, including Arcane Vigor, Dragon's Breath, the new True Strike, Elementalism, and also Circle of Power. So the
I was messed up, Taron. I said, wait, what the hell did I do?
Artificer base class has some new spellcasting options, and then the Alchemist now gets Vitriolic Sphere, because the Alchemist is all about blasting acid and other...
Okay, so I am really curious what kind of experience people have had with what experience people have had with the new True Strike. I keep looking at that and I'm just thinking like this is going to be the default thing. Basically everybody that's going to try and play a Gish is going to pick up. You saw me hovering over the worthless ribbon, bro. Don't lie, because he said alchemist. Arcane reference? No. Jeremy Crawford plays a character called V in D&D. V is in Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. There's artwork of her. Okay.
Other either harmful or helpful concoctions. We've also made it so that the alchemist can now craft potions faster using the crafting rules in the Dungeon Master's Guide, and we have overhauled the alchemist's signature ability, Experimental Elixir. So first off, Experimental Elixir now allows you to create 2 of the elixirs for free rather than just 1. And we've also altered the table that you roll on so that the highest result on the table, if you roll it, you now get to choose what the experimental elixir is. Right. You also still now have the option of spending spell slots to make experimental elixirs, and those experimental elixirs, you can choose what their effect is.
Just make it to where they can choose all of them. I don't know why this was that complicated. This is the thing I always kind of get a little bit annoyed with like, okay, well, we're not quite like, it feels like they think that random like chance is a balancing measure. And in some ways it is, but like it's a D6 table and like this, none of the options that are on there are all that insane. Like it's the kind of thing where like, if it's that insane, how about we just kind of get rid of the fiddliness that we know people don't like and make it like a quality of life change? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, 2 random potentially that I want and still another random. Well, and that's the thing is like now, like why not make it to where we can choose the effects from this thing? What is that?
I don't know.
What? This is someone I support on Patreon.
Aw, they must have done Christmas.
Yeah, now I'm like, how did they get my address?
So you have to put that on Patreon? We
I guess, but like, I don't think they can just get that. Oh, cool. I mean, I'm happy. Yeah, it's Amanda Lee Frank, illustrator.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's super cool. Is that a sticker?
Cool. Either that or a mag. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's dope.
Oh, I love that.
Well, thank you, Amanda Lee Frank.
How cool.
Yeah, let me get. They found me. I know, right?
Cool sticker.
The Artificer didn't make it to the PHP. That was the thing I was talking about with Ross, and I don't know if we talked to Benjamin yet. Yeah, it's like they could have held out for another like 3 months now, and put the Artificer in there maybe, or like I don't know. I don't really know what their timeline is, but like with as rushed as everything kind of feels around the PHP, like it felt like they could have held off. But then again, at the same point, like they got to sell their next book, right? So yeah. Need docs live? Oh fuck, I do need to get that away from the camera. Wouldn't be the first time. So for what you tested, the True Strike does the most for the Rogue, more than the Valor Bard or the Blade Singer or Pact of the Blade, unless you check something like CME on it. Wait, when is the Mystic coming?
From the experimental elixir table. Right. Also in that table, the healing option has been beefed up, just as healing spells.
Just real quick at this though. Yeah, like you really shouldn't be balancing. You really should not be balancing a feature around chance, because the thing that people want is reliability. Like, at least in D&D, like, your features are already so bloated that, like, I just feel like I wasted my time reading it if I don't get the thing that I wanted. So, like, the reliability would be great. But then again, I mean, hey, the worse they keep making their alchemists or the artificer, the more alchemists I sell over on the DM's Guild. So, like, you know, I mean, you do it to it, you know?
And the new player's handbook have gotten better. The healing option here has gotten better as well. So the alchemist is able to keep pace now with the improved healing in the player's handbook.
And there's a significant change to the action economy.
Well, yes, because now people can drink
Bonus action?
your experimental elixirs
I mean, making one. Is it making one a bonus action?
as a bonus action. And so that makes all of these better, because now no one is spending their whole turn drinking one of these to get flight or healing or to get that bonus to their rolls and what have you. So now you can quickly drink yourself or someone that you've given the elixir to. You can quickly drink it, get its effect, and keep going with your turn. And so that's huge. So you not only are able to make more of these and have more of a chance of controlling what the effects are, but it's again easier for people to fold these effects into their turns, which I think is going to really make the whole subclass feel more fluid, pun intended.
Oh man.
Now we've also made it so that at 9th level in the subclass, when you get to the point where you get restorative reagents, the temporary hit points offered by that feature are now greater than they were before. This is again connected to this design theme throughout the game where restorative abilities have gotten better so they can better keep pace with the amount of damage that creatures are dealing in the game. We've also made it so that in Chemical Mastery, which is the Capstone ability, you now have a new damage boost. So this is going to help alchemists dish out more hurt at high level that they didn't have before. And Chemical Mastery now lets alchemists cast Tasha's Bubbling Cauldron, which is a new spell in the revised player's handbook. And we needed to put it here rather than putting it on the spell list because it's a 6th level spell, which artificers don't normally
The revised player's handbook, you say?
have access to. So that means the alchemist gets to cheat a little bit and gain access to a 6th level spell, which is usually beyond the reach of this class, but not for the alchemist. And because we felt if anyone should be able to quickly dish out potions, it's this subclass. And so with the addition of this spell to the class, that's going to be a really nice addition to the toolkit.
That brings us to the armor, which I've already talked about at length. That is one of my absolute favorites. Definitely provides that multiple fantasies, really. Whether you are really into mechs or Iron Man or just finding or this is just kind of like fantasy wish fulfillment stuff.
And we couldn't resist. We added a whole new type of armor for the armorer. So this subclass got a ton of love just because it was so fun to add it. The subclass used to have 2 options where you would choose between playing either the Guardian or the Infiltrator. Well, now we've added a 3rd option, the Dreadnought. And the Dreadnought gets to become large and at higher level huge and swings around a huge ball and chain to smash creatures. And so again, if you've ever had this fantasy of essentially getting in a mech and stomping around or being Sigourney Weaver in that lift at the end of Aliens, the Dreadnought is for you. And the Guardian and the Infiltrator are just as juicy as they were before, but now you have a 3rd option to consider as an armorer when you're deciding which of these options is going to be the most appropriate for a given adventure.
I love how much you can do with armorer now, because now you can have like your offensive mode eventually and your defensive mode and stealth mode. Like you have kind of all these different armor sets that you could dump.
An even larger man. Holy shit, is that the first time someone's referenced Day 9 in here? Like, holy shit.
Absolutely. And we've also made it at higher level that the Thunder Gauntlets and the Lightning launchers of the Infiltrator and the Guardian, they have been improved. So people who already love the armor, fear not. The options that were already there have also gotten a glow up in addition to the Dreadnought crashing into the subclass. And then we've also replaced the level 9 ability in the subclass. It's now called Armor Replication. And going back to the theme in the base class of just creating items, you simply now you have an additional magic item you can create each day using your replicate magic item feature, but it must be a suit of armor. And so again, it's just, and again, it's not kind of like a magic item, or it is a full-fledged magic item.
So that's fantastic. It's great having all those different armor sets, and then we still have the extra attack that we can do.
That's right. Shall we talk about the subclass of Big Booms, the Artillerist?
The Big Booms.
So in the Artillerist, just as the Alchemist, their base feature got an overhaul. The base feature of the Artillerist, the Eldritch Cannon, got an overhaul. Part of that is just ease of use. We've changed how the Eldritch Cannon is formatted, so it's going to look to people a bit more like the siege engines in the Dungeon Master's Guide. So for any of us who play an Artillerist, as I do, it's going to be easier to look down and just see what the heck can my Eldritch Cannon do. That's just on the surface. The most exciting change that we've made to the Eldritch Cannon is now, instead of having to decide when you create the Eldritch Cannon, whether it has a flamethrower, a force ballista, or the protection field,
I saw this.
Every time you activate the cannon, get to choose which of those 3 things it does. So now every Eldritch Cannon can do all 3, and it's just every activation you're choosing which one. We made this change.
This is so fucking scary strong. Like, the bonus action, like the temporary hit points. Look, I know people are going to say Twilight Domain. Look, Twilight Domain is objectively broken. A Twilight Domain fundamentally breaks down the math of combat in D&D 5e. Aside from that, Artificer has a really, really strong bonus action it has for that little like protection pulse. Pretty fucking fantastic. This is a lot of usability that goes beyond being a quality of life adjustment. This is big. We'll see. You're getting 3, basically what I would say is the power of 3 first level spells kind of at will with this. So like, we'll see. I mean, and I need to refresh myself on the stat block and everything like that, but it's big. It's pretty fucking big. Usually you're having to trade off some heals and support for damage, vice versa, all that, but yeah. Now they say what book this will be in? No. And literally it just kind of like randomly dropped today.
Because before, it was really easy sometimes to not be quite sure how an encounter is going to play out, and then just repeatedly default to the Force Ballista, because you pretty much know being able to make a potent ranged attack will be useful in just about every fight. But we know there are some situations where the Flamethrower and the Protector are really juicy options. And so rather than having those two just sort of forever be on the back bench, they're now, all 3 options are in circulation, and you just decide in the moment which of these cool options is the cannon going to use. So that's really big. The other great thing about the Eldritch Cannon now is you no longer need to use your action to detonate it if you want to explode it. Instead, when it drops to 0, you can use your reaction to blow it up. Again, this means you're not spending your turn having to explode it, and the explosion's damage has been increased. So if you decide that it's positioned in the right place to detonate it, and it isn't going to hurt your friends, or maybe you don't care, it's now going to do more damage when it explodes.
Right, perfect.
Now, in the Battlesmith, here...
I think they should let you do the Diva ult. They should just let you blow it up on command. Like, just straight up let you do it. Reaction to pop it, right? Like, either as a reaction whenever it drops to 0 hit points, or as a bonus action on your turn. Boom. Like, that's so much cooler.
This subclass was...
You always want to use a temp HP shield because it was super strong, so it'd be nice to swap away if you start winning and just kill during a fight. Yeah. Like, it is a Nova. It's a big nuke, but that's what it's there for, right? Like, you're giving up a buddy right here that you should be spending resources to build. So, like, if you can pop that nuke, it's pretty cool. Like, yeah, like that stab you break and it explodes. Yeah, exactly.
So solid that mostly what people are going to see are refinements in how the Steel Defender, its stat block is built, and how it functions on your turn. The Steel Defender, people will recognize it functions similarly to the Beastmaster's pets in the New Player's Handbook, and so this subclass has been tuned up so that the Battlesmith's PAL is going to be able to hold its own next to those other companions that are available now in the New Player's Handbook. Speaking of companions, we also have a brand new spell for Artificers, and that is the Homunculus Servant.
Okay.
The Homunculus Servant used to be a magic item infusion option for the Artificer, and because the infusion system got completely redesigned, we didn't want Artificers to lose the ability to have a Homunculus Servant. So what we've done is we've turned it into a spell available to all Artificers. It can be cast as a ritual, so if you want to have a Homunculus Servant, which is basically the Artificer's equivalent of a familiar, you can do that. You're not going to have to spend a spell slot on it, and the Homunculus Servant stat block has been redesigned so that this spell now feels like a nice companion to the new summoning spells in the revised Player's Handbook. We also, on that theme of not wanting...
Depending on this, I just, the first thought I'm thinking of is if it's considered a familiar, as if for the purposes of like Find Familiar or anything that works off of Find Familiar, I'm immediately looking at Pact of the Chain Warlock and just seeing what, like, I was always worried about the saving throw for anything that knocks you unconscious being tied to your Warlock spell save DC. Yeah, I'm a little bit worried, but I mean, we'll see.
Artificers to lose all of those infusions that used to be in the class that weren't actual magic items. We've taken the best...
Damon versus spell slot detonation as a consideration. Yeah, like, I mean, if you're blowing, like, you cast Fireball on the thing to detonate it to, like, increase the damage as well. Like, I guess you're basically doing the same thing, but, like, I don't know, even just a bonus action, just let me go click and boom, right? Like, that's cool.
Best of those and included them in this Unearthed Arcana as new magic items that can be created using the new Replicate Magic Item feature. That includes items like the Boots of the Winding Path, those fun boots where you can teleport to a place that you were at earlier on that turn, the Helm of Awareness, the Mind Sharpener, and several others. What's awesome about these now being actual magic items is not only can the Artificer continue to make them using the Replicate Magic Item feature, but that means these items are also now available for DMs to give as treasure in their adventures. And so it's a win-win here, where not only Artificers get to still access these really cool items as they're tinkering and making magic magic objects, but now other characters might get to see these in campaigns where there isn't even an artificer in the campaign. And so if people have, been in a campaign and have really wanted the spell refueling ring, which just gives you a spell slot back, well, even if there's no artificer, there's now a chance if all this makes it into the official game that the DM can make these items available to you.
And that's about it, right?
Yes.
So,
yeah. That is.
I mean, it's quite a lot.
It is 14 pages of artificer goodness, 4 subclasses, completely revised base class, new magic items, and a new spell. And I look forward to seeing what people think.
Yeah, and again, it's really important that you playtest this material, you send feedback back to us. The best way to be doing that is on D&D Beyond. Fill out that survey, and we'll look over that information and tweak from there. But that's a huge, important part of the UA process is your feedback, so don't forget to do that. What is it that you like about Artificer? So, like, what is the dream that kind of fulfills for everybody?
For me, it's all about inventiveness and making things. And as a person whose career it is to make things, the Artificer really sort of taps into something that I love. And there is also a fun sort of zany inventor quality to the Artificer that I also like. So there can be a whimsy there as well.
Fuck! Okay. Well, we got close. All right. Let's see. All right, what we got here? It's so over, yeah. Oh man, I was like, I could swear to God, it's like in every single thing he says, flavorful options. All right, let me get over here. All right. Now, Crow, I'm in the live stream lounge. I didn't know if you were around and you wanted to pop in, but okay. Get Yarata. You over here. Right? You knew. Yeah, they're planning for it, right? Alright, let me get this. Some nice music going. Alright, sweet. Okay. So, look, I'm gonna skip around. I'm not really gonna spend 3 hours going through this whole entire thing. I am looking
So
at
out of all of these that have ever popped up, this was the class I was waiting for. This was
Artificer?
Yes, because
Really?
I'm actually a big Artificer fan. You want to know something?
Sure, let's hear it.
My first character was technically an Artificer. I had a guy who had a gun. He had a little pistol, like a revolver. He was a wizard, and I thought it'd be cool if he casted his magic with this pistol. So that's straight up where I started from. That was my first D&D character.
Yeah.
So I have a special love. I have a vested interest in the success of the Artificer.
Yeah, like it's the kind of thing where like I always wanted to play like a MacGyver-ish character and like try to, I don't know, subvert dungeon puzzles and stuff like that because I always thought that'd be cool, but like I don't know, the Artificer just never really hit right for me in 5e. Like it seems like everything that I would want it to do, it never really clicked until later on.
Yeah, it takes forever. I mean, at least it's not as bad as the original UA. Did you ever see the UA they had for the Artificer as a wizard subclass?
Yeah.
That was
like
shit.
what, 2000? What was that? 2008, 2009? Wait, sorry, 2018, 2019. Wow.
Something like that. Wait, no, I think it was sooner than that, right? Because like what the DMG and all that was like 2014. When did they start doing the Unearthed Arcanas? It was like a couple years after that.
It was before Xanthar's Guide because I remember playing the Unearthed Arcana Forged Domain Cleric. You want to talk about broken? Oh shit, that was broken.
that got a little wacky.
Yeah, I think I had like 26 AC before popping shield at one point. Yeah. Like,
your DM's like, does a 28 hit?
Yeah.
No, actually.
What? Yeah, fuck your bounded accuracy bullshit. Yeah, no, it was because I was like, okay, we don't have a tank in our current crew. I want to roll up like the meatiest tank I can. And around that time, they had also released some of the Eberron stuff. And to people who have seen like the Warforged as it is now, there used to be a Warforged that could add its proficiency bonus to its armor class.
Yeah, I remember that. That
was
could get crazy.
stupid nuts. Yeah.
Potentially, like, what is it? By the time you reach 20th level, a +6 in addition to. Well, I think you got dex bonuses too, right?
Yeah, I mean, so like everything still worked if you applied plate, right? So you apply plate. You don't really bother with the dex. I just you don't mess with it. Keep your armor up. Keep your strength up rather. And then you just add your proficiency bonus to your AC, and then Artisan's Blessing from the Forge domain was giving you a plus. I think it was a +1 or a +2 to your AC. So,
Jesus Christ.
oh yeah, like it was dumb what you could actually come up with that. Yeah.
Nick in chat says, "Oh yes, the biblically accurate Warforged."
Oh man. So okay, D8. They were a D8 and 5e, right?
I think so.
D8
Yeah,
hit
they're
point?
D8.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go pull this bitch up. I'm
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey, what up, Ben Bud? Just want to check in and say, hey, man, good to see you. Choose 2. Yeah, simple weapons. Cool. Thieves tools, tinker's tools, and 1 type of artisan tools at your choice. Light and medium armor and shields. Okay. So
Yeah, all this looks about the same.
Yeah. Number 1, my kind of worry right now is that it just feels like a better rogue. Like, simply put, the loadouts that's happening right here is just straight up better rogue. And they're going to get spellcasting kicking on super quick, and they get a feature right here that I really wish rogue could have gotten something similar, or maybe you could have had like this is to those of you guys that have ever checked out or that have never checked out Blades in the Dark. This is the flashback mechanic from Blades in the Dark. This is a super famous idea. So magical tinkering as a magic action. I still hate that they called it the magic action, but I'm not really playing.
It's so weird.
2024.
It's so weird.
Why not call it cast?
When I was working on those items we were talking about before, I had to go through going like, wait, what's something I have to specify is a magic action, and then I had to go back through things.
Yeah, it's like anytime you utilize the function of a magic item, it's the magic action, and I'm like, make it a verb. It needs to be a verb. It like attack, boom, that is a verb, right? Use, that is a verb. Magic, that's not a fucking verb. It's so weird. While holding Tinker's tools, you can create one item in an unoccupied space within 5 feet of yourself, choosing the item from the from the following list. Another thing I would have just liked, just say or in your hand. That would be a thing in here. One item in an unoccupied space within 5 feet of yourself feels like it always has to be like off your person. Whereas like I would have just liked to be able to like be like, oh, crowbar, and I got it, right? Like that's cool. Like I need a jug right now. Like that's sick. Like,
I am glad about one thing though, because these items are the same items that you originally could make, right? Based on like the gold value that it used to be. If I remember, it was like a certain gold value of item that you could be able to create. But this is that list, so I'm glad they just put the fucking list here instead. So I do appreciate that.
Like this is, you always have this stuff with you. It's always handy. How many times have we ever seen in cinema, like, I've got the right, I remembered I packed this back whenever I was at home. Like, I got that thing. Or like, God, I feel like there's another, like, super famous example of this kind of cinema of, like, just transforming an item in your hand. But it's not clicking for me right now. I don't know who I'd be thinking of.
Yeah, because I'm thinking less of like transforming an item and thinking more of like you're saying, like the Blades in the Dark flashback. Like I'm thinking of like more of that context of like, yeah, like Ocean's 11 or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I can see a little bit of Full Metal Alchemist in this too, which is cool.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you know,
I do like that. I don't know. I always really liked this feature. In general. So I no further comments from me.
Yeah, my favorite thing about it is that you can't put like a number for like damage on this. This is exactly what I would like out of a high utility kind of function. Is that like, yeah, or Inspector Gadget, yeah, Go Gadget Lamp, yeah, yeah,
Go Gadget Block and Tackle,
yeah. But this is a really high utility ability that it's on theme. Like, this is a really good hit for Artificer. Except the item vanishes after 1 hour. You can use this feature a number of times equal to your intelligence modifier, and you regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest.
So what we're saying is baseline like 3, pretty much, right? 3 before a long rest.
I mean, we typically plan it to be like they're going to get 3, and then by the time that they hit 4th level, they're going to have 4, and then by the time that they hit 8th level, they're going to have 5. We just tend to plan it around that. So this is tracking heavy, because what we're going to wind up getting is spellcasting coming up right up next. So
Do you think it'd help it to be able to homogenize it and make it so your spellcasting slots could be used to refresh this? Like, didn't they do a thing? I'm trying to remember what class had that recently, where like you could be able to refresh one of your features by just like eating up a spell slot.
Here's my thing. I honestly, okay, so some of this stuff has uses. I would say
Like the oil and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, I would say if it were a thing that like didn't have a use to it, right? Like an oil, or I mean, if the item is still in good condition, you can turn it into another item. This is what I did with my merchant, where it was like if you took out a rope and you used it, and then you put the rope back into your portable storefront, that rope didn't like come out of your total inventory for the day. It's like you restock it, right?
Yeah.
So like if you didn't like quote unquote break this thing, you could still maybe like, reconfigure it and make something else. Or
Gotcha.
you do a thing where it's like, I have one item of this, but that item can be any of these, and it remains as that item until I use this feature again.
Okay.
So like I can't just make like oil, paper, bottle, Molotov cocktail, go, right? Like it's not like that. It's like one modular quote unquote item, like your little magical artifice or something like that. This works, but it's tracking. Like you have a number of a number of uses of it, and you regain them when you finish a long rest. It's just I get a little bit exhausted of everything coming back on a long rest. It's like
I feel that, yeah.
Like so much of Vagabond is designed as like passive abilities, where it's like this is just always on for you. Like and
I would actually like something like this to be always on, especially if we're saying it vanishes after an hour. I would actually like if this were always on, and then instead of saying like what's it called? Instead of having it regain a long rest, we just kind of like specify further that like you can tell these are like fabricated items that can't be sold or anything else like that.
Yeah.
So then it's strictly just used for being able to just pop up for whenever you need a random item to be able to use. Like if I need to conjure up 10,000 bottles of baby oil for like no reason.
Yeah. Jinx Shade, who needs a bedroll for an hour? You clearly did not have a fun homecoming. Or prom night. There we go. God damn it, I ruined the joke. I fumbled it. Fuck. Oh, god damn it. All right. Now, spellcasting. Okay. It's like, so tools required. Okay. Like this is here. But like, I like so much more. I like so much more what Shadowdark does though. Like Shadowdark for the thief, like I said this earlier, the thief they're always considered to have their thieves tools on them, and they don't occupy a gear slot. It's not a thing where you can be quote unquote like disarmed of your thieves tools. You're considered to just always have them. If you shove them up your ass, I don't know, whatever the case is, you've got them on you, right?
So you always have them.
Yeah. But so it's one of their features, but like instead over here in 5e, they really like to try and pretend that encumbrance matters.
They do, and yet they still refuse to do slots, and it makes me want to Roblox myself. They need to just do slots. Can we just do that as please, like an optional rule or something? Is that in the new GMG? I haven't checked it yet. I've gone through some of it.
I haven't really no, I haven't seen it yet because I I still haven't given WotC any of my money for this 2024 rollout.
That's
so,
completely fair.
Okay. Acid Splash and Prestidigitation are recommended. I'm glad that they clarified this right here because this was a whole fucky thing with the Spirits Bard. The spell has a material component when you cast it. What am I eating? It's a chicken taquito. You gotta go. Oh, later, Bin Bun. Thanks for hanging out, man.
They do cantrip recommendations now. That's interesting.
Yeah, they have. Acid Splash. I don't remember if it was buffed or not.
It used to be kind of mid, right?
Yeah, it's like it was there, but like most everybody was like, if I want damage, I'm picking up Firebolt, or like, I mean, if you can figure out a way to go get like, I don't know, Sacred Flame, go do that. But
then poison spray is useless because everything's immune to poison.
Yeah. Let me see here. So spell slots, yada yada. Prepared. Okay, you prepared the spells. Okay, we all know spell casting. Changing the prepared spells. Yep. Okay, intelligence. Yep, we all know that. Okay. Wait, it's bugged?
Grease is recommended. Let's go. Grease lightning.
Oh, it's an AoE now. Damn.
Oh wait, what is Acid Splash?
Acid Splash is an AoE now?
Oh shit.
That's really good.
Oh, it's a 5-foot sphere. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Wait, 5-foot radius sphere or 5-foot sphere?
Maybe 5-foot radius.
Because if it's 5-foot radius, that's really good for a cantrip. Can't believe they suggest Paladin with that. I think the cantrip fighting style that picks Sacred Flame. I mean, oh, you know. It's a 5-foot sphere, yes? No, I mean, is it a 5-foot radius sphere or is it a 5-foot sphere? Is it a 5-foot diameter or 5-foot radius? Or
right, because there's like a difference, right? Like it could just be it just hits one tile.
Yeah, it's either one tile or it's like 4.
Which would be sick.
If it was 4, I'd be like, that's pretty goddamn good. 4 squares, 5-foot radius. Damn. Yeah, okay. That's better. That's better.
It's actually usable. A cantrip to AoEs, that's actually like really good.
Yeah. UA or homebrew. This is Unearthed Arcana. Yeah. You believe it's radius, but can't say for sure. Cool. All right. Yeah, I don't even know where I put the 2024 Player's Handbook right now. Okay. Replicate magic item. So this is, you create a magic item when you finish a long rest, right? Hang on, I'm trying to...
Ooh, you choose 4 plans to learn from the magic item plans. Artificer level 2.
Okay.
Okay, so it gives recommendations. Bag of Holding, Cap of Water Breathing, Sending Stones, and Wand of the War Mage +1.
Boy, they really like to make you think that encumbrance matters, huh?
I mean, I guess in a way they kind of don't by just saying Bag of Holding.
Bag of Holding,
let's just get rid of it. Like, hey guys, let's just, not deal with that.
Yeah. When the Artificer gets to 2nd level, that means that your table can finally drop the illusion that you guys actually cared to track that.
Yeah, exactly.
When you get an Artificer level, you can realize it. Okay. All right, so that's all fine. I want to look at the meat. 4 plans. There we go. Choose 4 plans. Artificer level 2 plus table? Wait. Magic item plans, Artificer level 2 plus. Is that referring to like where it comes on, right?
No,
Wait.
Do you see where it says in the tables? It says magic item plans, Artificer level 2 plus. It's on the next page, page 4. It shows at the top where it says magic item plans in parentheses, Artificer level 2 plus.
Okay.
Yep.
I thought that was referring to like the class table. I was like, wait, what? What? Okay. All right. Cool. Is this replacing infusions? Yes. Yeah.
To be fair, as you got later on in levels as an Artificer, the infusions started to feel like mini magic items anyway, so they should have just made those things magic items, and we should just be able to just make magic items the Artificer. Like, but besides, like, I ended up replacing most of my infusions when I was playing a couple of different campaigns, like my Descent to Furnace one, where I just went with making magic items, because it's usually just better.
Yeah. So it's always when you finish a long rest, you can create 1 or 2 different ones or more later on. And then the old ones, the oldest item vanishes and the new item appears. Okay. Each item must be based on a different plan, so you can't make the same item more than once. Oh, they don't want you to bag of holding nuke everything.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they don't want you to put the bag of holding into another bag of holding.
To be fair, it is kind of like it's such an exceptional scenario that
Yeah.
being able to have such early access to it, probably, especially from one character being able to do it, because like, yeah, what if the DM decides to drop another bag of holding? But that would, I guess, would be up to their discretion to want to do something like that.
Yeah, they can just remove that from lore. Like, like just pull the lore away that
Good.
says it creates a, what is it, like it rips a hole into the astral plane or some shit. Like,
It's iconic though. I'm not sure if they want to do that. Like, it's popped up in a lot of a lot of people's games, you know?
Yeah. But now it's also become kind of a nuke that, like, I mean, people kind of use it as their oh shit button.
Yeah,
Okay.
I guess it's up to them whether or not they think the meme is actually good.
Oh, wait. If an item you created with its feature is a container, such as a bag of holding, and it vanishes, its contents aren't. Okay.
Wait, would that override the thing we just talked about?
Maybe it does.
Yeah, I don't know how I'd
appear,
rule that. That's interesting.
I mean, I don't think you should be able to. Here's the deal. I don't think that you should really be able to make a fucking rip what is essentially a black hole on demand with a second level feature.
What, Taron, you think we shouldn't have DMs at level 2 be able to understand the intricacies of the astral plane? What, are you...
Yeah, is that what we want to mark? Like...
Yeah, do we want to mark DM fiat? What, you think DMs can't handle? You think your first year DM can't handle the intricacies of running a campaign that now has entered the astral plane?
Yeah,
you think they can't handle Spelljammer, huh? Is that what you're saying?
Look, maybe back during like 2016, 2015 YouTube, but not during 2024 YouTube, man. All the brain rot that we've been putting here in the D&D architecture, dude, we have fucked up a generation of DMs. Are you kidding me? There's gonna be some newbies coming into the game just like, what's the OGL? Like,
don't worry about it, Sonny.
Yeah, we fought that war. Don't worry.
Yeah, we fought a war for your rights, son.
Yeah, how do you think I lost this eye?
Yeah.
All right. So
no. Go ahead.
Alchemy jug, bag of holding, like this is all kind of the same shit, different day. You know, I mean, like, okay, +1. Okay, you can make a +1 weapon and a +1 shield at 2nd level. Or the Wand of the War Mage. Okay.
Wand of the War Mage. Okay. That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
That one is gone because if I remember right, there was an infusion that was basically Wand of the War Mage, and there was an infusion that was basically a +1 weapon. So now those are gone, and you can just make a +1 weapon. Which honestly, once again, I feel like that is actually more elegant. It was the same fucking thing anyway.
Yeah. Here's my deal. Like,
they could already do this.
Those are uncommon magic items, right?
Everything here is uncommon.
Well, I mean, except for the common, but but alchemy jug, bag of holding, cap of water breathing, goggles of night. Man, I don't think the rarity system is really doing them any favors. It's like
kind of. I normally I go by rarity in like the sense of actual like rarity, so I don't go by their system with it, so I can't really like make a critique about it.
Yeah, I'm. It's odd. I wish that rarity was actually consistent and like I heard this the other day. Did they not actually put magic item prices in the new DMG?
That I don't know the answer to. I'm guessing they
said that they
probably
didn't. But
that's interesting. That would be interesting if they didn't.
Does anybody in chat know? Did they not put magic item prices in the DMG? Because that was like a thing that they were saying they were gonna do.
Because it wasn't in 2014, right?
No. Well, I mean, it was a very approximations. Loose, yeah, it was like a range of like This can either be 50 gold pieces or 25,000.
Yeah, and then your GM just ignored it completely.
Yeah. You have heard they have not. People have the DMG in hand by now, right?
I believe so. It was at the PAX Unplugged.
Oh, really? Was it? Okay.
Mhm.
Wait, shit, you went to PAX Unplugged?
Yeah.
What?
Motherfucker, I told you.
No,
Wait,
wait,
didn't I?
I thought you
Wait.
said you couldn't. No, you told me to go to PAX West.
No, I said to also go to PAX West.
Oh, fuck. I didn't know you were going to. God damn it.
I'm all over the place, brother. I'm visiting left and right. I'm just like a goofy little dude on an adventure, you know?
Yeah, you got to go to that shit next year too.
Hell yeah.
I'm like, I am not missing out on cons coming up this next year.
Yeah, can you not, motherfucker?
I'm
We gotta
really
meet
gonna
up.
try not to. Like,
We gotta go to Gen Con and get fucked up.
I know, right?
No one in chat heard that.
Yeah, we have to get banned from Gen Con next year. Like,
Yeah.
that's our. Oh man. Okay, so like this is here. Second level. Okay, fine. Getting the
Right, two
plus
for
one
the jab.
shield. The plus one shield and the plus one weapon are. I mean, okay, the plus one of the war mage. The plus
They
one shield is
could-
good, right?
A reminder, they could do this already. It was just called something
But-
else.
It was the infusion thing wasn't until like what, third
No,
level?
they got the same level. Second
Was
level.
it? Okay,
Mhm,
okay.
Yep. I played enough
Uh,
artificers to know they get it at second level.
So this is just a cleanup then.
Pretty much.
Okay. Artificer subclasses. So same thing as what we had in 5e. We can skip over that. Right tool for the job. The list of items you can create with magical tinkering now includes artisan's tools, which are described in the player's handbook.
Yeah. Okay. I guess it's a more elegant way of doing it how it did before. Before, it was basically re-explaining the other feature, but just being able to make other types of tools.
Right. So this is a. But this feels like this just feels like a ribbon to me.
It kind of is. I mean, it kind of was originally too.
I mean,
It's like, yeah, you could just make tools, which is nice. You could just make tools.
yeah, like if you just had this on you as like part of your level 1 magical tinkering, you can magically create a set of tinker's tools when you do XYZ, whatever, artisan's tools, whatever you want to say with that. I'm looking at spaces where I think that it could be edited and actually be made better. Because right now this just feels like a ribbon.
I would, personally, what I would probably do is to make it so that like after an hour you could go up to any object and turn it into any form of artisan's tools. Because wouldn't that be funny? Like you have no tools on you, you're locked up in prison. You just go over to a corner and you just like take pieces of like your prison cell, and suddenly you have thieves' tools. You're like, that's kind of funny, right? Like you just make it.
I love that. I love the scrapper kind of like I break something down and turn it into something else. I love that. I love that fantasy. I did just think about something though, real quick.
Oh yeah, for sure.
This expends a use of that first level feature.
Yes.
I really don't like that now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that the set of tools should count.
I agree.
If you've always got
free,
the
right?
Yeah, if you've always got the right tool for the job, well, you can create a set of artisan's tools as described in the player's handbook, but these don't actually cost one of your uses of that feature.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I mean, right? Like, or if you want to restrict it, make it to where it has to be a set of tools that you're proficient with.
Mm-hmm.
But then, Artificer wants to go pick up more because of this very niche mechanic that they don't really utilize super well in 5e. Yeah, I mean, I don't think. What if
instead of for their first level feature, then that you can use this feature a number of times equal to your immod, that you could have a number of these items equal to your immod? Do you think that would solve it?
Conjured at one time?
Yeah, exactly. Like at one time.
Okay, so this is really good. Like this level 1, like nobody can sleep on this. This is really good. I'm trying to think of what I would do to allow it to go infinite,
Mm,
because I would want it to go infinite. This would be super
yeah.
cool if this were like a cantrip. Um,
And prestidigitation has like a 5 effect limit, right?
something like that. Well, no, I mean prestidigitation gives you the wiggle room to like it's any kind of minor magical effect. So it's like, I want to send up a flurry of confetti and pull a rabbit out of a hat, but the rabbit's an illusion, and whatever.
Mm.
They let you kind of do whatever with prestidigitation, but I would kind of like that for magical tinkering.
No, I
Would
feel that would make sense. Yeah.
bizarre that they're also going with this tool guy identity.
I
Is it-
disagree. I want to role play as Tim the Tool Man.
I would like it to be better. I would. I like this idea, but I feel a lot of like we're throwing on inventiveness, but we're also not really considering scrapping. I would love to see.
Yeah, right. That's part of the aesthetic, right? It's not
Yeah.
just being able to work with tools; it's being able to come with them on the fly, and it's being able to make them out of anything. You know?
Like a damage bonus versus constructs, or like I mean, just kind of things. I'm just kind of off the top of my head.
I want to make something that could hijack constructs, even. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
Like, wouldn't that
no,
be
totally.
a sick magic item? You just like plant like a little fucking device on like a random steam golem, and then
What's
it's
that?
like, oh, now he's yours.
Yeah, that like shield guardian talisman thing. It's like
Yeah,
just jack that thing and like
yeah, it's mine now.
okay. Yeah, I'm gonna say this. It's a worthless ribbon right now for me.
That's
I
fair.
think that feature could be better, and like I
Also, something I don't think either of us have brought up. So, because it uses that feature, the magical tinkering feature, it also requires you to still have Tinker's tools on you in order to make the other artisan's tools.
Oh!
Did you even think of that?
and it can't make thieves tools because those aren't artisans tools.
Nope. Oh, wait. They might be.
I know, because artisans tools are made to craft things.
Right. Oh, and the magical tinkering can only be done with Tinker's tools.
Oh, I don't like this.
Mm.
No. What, like, hey, Watsy, here's what you can do. Move this into their first level and just make it to where, like, they always have their artisan's tools that they can create with the magic action. Call it cast action, goddammit.
Fast action.
So move this into your first level. They can make any artisan's tools that they're proficient with that feature. So now they have the reliability and the resourcefulness. As far as all this stuff over here, maybe if they're out of uses, they can create one instantly for the cost of the value of the item.
Yeah.
So
I want this feature. Like, I
Yeah.
feel like I get what they're trying to do with this. I want it to exist. I
Yeah.
think as it's currently written, it doesn't do what I want it to do.
No.
You know what I mean?
No, yeah, I don't think that this feature is actually good.
I think it can be.
Yes, this could be if it was at first level.
Yeah,
if it was a
definitely.
part of that first level feature. They've given out like 3 features to first level characters in the recent like update, but
Besides, it's okay if a class like, oh, this one's like an advanced class. It came out after the base 12. It's okay if this one's a little more complicated, you know?
yeah. You agree that it's messy but not worthless? But no, I didn't say it was worthless. I just don't think it's good. I think like this is so middle of the road. Like
It doesn't do what it's trying to do because you still need to have the Tinker's tools out.
Yeah.
And I want you to just be able to make tools out of anything, which seems to be what they're trying to say, but it still takes a use out of magical tinkering, which still requires you to have Tinker's tools. But the reason why you're doing this is because you don't have the right tools out.
Yeah.
And that's like, that's annoying. Like,
and like in what situations this is really, really helping out? Maybe here's my deal. Like if I can think of how many times this would be helpful in a campaign, and I can count that on one hand, I'm probably gonna mark it as a ribbon. But if you see me go like, "Oh my god, that feels so much better," that's like so fucking good. I mean, that's whenever I'm like, I'm gonna remember that. You know.
Oh, do you see 6?
Do I see 6?
Level 6.
Magic item tinker. Yeah. I'm gonna.
What the
Oh
fuck?
yeah, that's the next one. Okay, so here's my deal with this one. I heard about this in the video and I skimmed by this earlier. Drain magic item. So you're using a magic item that you created as a battery to cast a first level spell.
You just like eat a shoe and then you can cast magic items, magic spells again.
But I guess it's for a
that's pretty
common.
cool.
Oh, okay, so that's like a common magic item.
Or a level
Or-
2 slot if it's rare.
Uncommon.
Or uncommon or
rare. Would you forego having a +1 shield or a +1 weapon to get a second level spell slot?
This is like a desperation move, I feel like, which I'm okay with. I like the idea of being able to, because it is a bonus action too, so I could bonus action eat it and then get a second level spell slot, and then if I needed to do something like right now, I could just cast.
Yeah. It is an oh shit button. It's an expensive oh shit button, but here's my deal, like 99% of the time you're not using this feature.
I do agree that I think it's also too expensive. Especially if rare doesn't give me a third level slot. Like, come on.
Yeah. Rare should give you a third level. Wait, probably because they don't have third level by now, do they?
Maybe there's a thing later. Okay, I'm praying there's a thing.
They won't. Yeah, they're not going to get a third level spell slot until 9th level. That's why they're getting the rare there. I would just say, if you do this at 9th level, it gets you. No, actually, I backtrack on all that right there. That was at what 6th level. Okay, make it to where if they do dissolve their rare, they get a third level spell slot, despite the fact that they don't get one whenever they get a long rest.
Mm.
That's so cool. They overcharge. That's so Artificer.
Oh yeah.
Like, give that surge of power, like the wild scientist bullshit. Make it feel like they're slightly bending the rule right there. That's so fucking cool. Like, yeah. The rest of it's fine, but like this feels forgetful. Like I'm just not really gonna have it all that much. Like
it's okay.
Yeah.
Thematically, it's pretty interesting, but I think the end result is kind of okay. All right, what's the next part? When you learn a plan for your replicate magic item feature, you can also choose from the magic item plans Artificer level 6 table. Okay,
it's just your
just leveling up. Okay.
Yeah, so wait, this shouldn't be part of the feature. That could just be part of the. No, I don't think
it's already on the table, right?
That text doesn't need to be there, does it?
It does. It does. By the way, the level 2 feature is described.
Oh, they wrote this really weird. See, I was complaining about like this didn't need to be a 14-page class, and it's because of stuff like that right there. They could condense that down so easy.
Oh yeah.
They can't get a rare until 14th level anyway. Can they not?
Oh shit, they can't. Yeah. Till 14th level.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but that should still be a third level spell slot.
Especially if it's at 14th level, right? Like they're gonna have
100%. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, I mean, the function of a rare magic item
usually pretty fucking powerful, especially like rare rings and shit. Yeah.
That's usually one of the things you have in your core loadout. Drain magic item. I'm gonna mark it kind of like I used to. I actually think the drain magic item is a little bit weak. It's a decent oh shit button, but like
it could be stronger.
Is a level 2 spell slot really saving your ass like beyond 10th level?
Is darkness level 2?
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe then?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe you're right. Okay. I think here's what I'm gonna do with this. I'm just marking this as like I don't feel like this is really a feature. I'm just gonna mark it here for we'll just say I don't know, pink. Okay, I'm just gonna put pink on it because I don't think that this should be here. I think they could clean up the wording that they have in this second level feature, and it would just go so much more gracefully. And this could just be drain magic item as your magic item tinker is not a feature name. There's nothing like exciting about that.
Yeah, I think this expanded replication thing, if they just like went to the second level feature and said, you know, you continue to get these
Yep.
plans as you level up.
Yep. Okay. So Flash of Genius. When you are a creature you can see within 30 feet of you fails an ability check or saving throw, you can take a reaction and add a bonus to the roll, potentially causing
they have to fail it now.
Succeed. Yeah. The bonus equals your intelligence modifier. Good. It's all good. I mean, like, this is just it's awesome. I mean, it's
That's
very,
solid.
very strong. Yeah. The only thing on here that I'm looking at that I'm thinking is a little bit like, maybe not. The 30 feet restriction might feel a little bit rough for some builds, but like, let's be real here. This is a D8 hit die class that's going to get heavy armor. Like,
yeah, they're going to be in the mix.
You're going to be up in front, you know, like, yeah, at least in the midline. You can take this reaction a number of times, equal to your intelligence modifier, minimum of once, and you regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. So it is only one creature per round. I'm fine with it. Paladin's already getting something better.
Oh, what do they got?
Their aura.
Plus 100 aura?
What?
No, sorry.
What? What?
Sorry, I'm brain rotted right now from
Yeah,
fucking
what the fuck
TikTok
was that
and
from?
Instagram. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
I was like, I guess I didn't watch that episode of Dan to Dan or something.
Yeah, it's like that. Yeah.
Flash of Genius is good. It's got its restrictions. I mean, it's good. Like it's a flat bonus up, you know, like it's there.
Yeah, it's pretty solid.
Yeah. Magic item adept. You can attune to up to 4 magic items at once rather than 3. And then the expanded replication. So,
Okay.
you can attune to up to 4 of the magic items at once rather than 3. This is good.
I've always liked that, the being able to have other items that you can attune to. So, I mean, it was solid then, it's solid now.
Yeah. You know what they really need?
What's that?
Yeah, you know, here's the thing that Artificer needs. Actually, this might be why they're changing this. I forgot. Did the 5e Artificer have the stipulation that they could on attuning to magic items?
Fuck, I forgot. I think that was just the thief thing, right?
That was just a thief thing, if I remember right. Can anyone chat tell me if I'm right on that? Because I threw that on my merchant because it was such a huge, like, if you do homebrew and it's going to be reliant on magic items in any capacity, you like have to give them that feature. If that, so what I think is going on though is that they are moving away from designing, magic items that require that, like class-based restrictions on attunement.
Yeah, it seems that way. I mean, class-based magic items already have this weird thing where they kind of incentivize like a build mentality, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, especially if you're making a class-based magic item, one thing I do like is that it can directly interact with like a class's features. But I guess one thing I don't like is it also makes it so you are giving this item specifically to one player in your party.
Yeah, it's like, oh, who's gonna take the Holy Avenger? Barbat. Oh no, we're giving it to the Paladin.
Yeah, of
Come
course
on,
you
know.
are. Yeah, it's
like whenever you play Curse of Strahd, it's like, well, who wants? I bet you guys can't guess what this magic sword does. Like,
yeah,
it's like, so.
Amulet of Ravenkind. Who's gonna wear it? Is it the cleric, or maybe the cleric, or maybe the cleric's gonna wear it, or.
So like, this is here. Having the 4 magic items, cool. Audio seems to be cutting in and out. Mine are Crow's, or all of ours. Anybody? Can anybody let me know? Except for Crow, because Crow's here in the stream.
Yeah, my audio's cut. No, I'm just kidding. I have
Did-
no idea actually.
Yeah, I mean everything sounds fine to me, but chat. How are there 59 of you in here and no one can tell me yes or no right now? What the hell's
That is
happening?
insane.
I know. There's guys. What's happening? Hello.
I hope they're all just choosing
oh,
not to
shit.
reply.
Wait, did we actually go down?
Uh oh.
No, we're streaming. No, all good. Not for me. The audio, the whole stream. The audio, the whole stream. It seems. I just didn't catch your question.
Oh, okay.
Ben Bun. Wait, but not for you. Not for you. I just didn't catch your question. Audio is fine on your end. Okay, so Ben Bun, I might recommend refreshing your browser and seeing if that doesn't do the trick.
YouTube can be a little funky sometimes. I've had to have this happen for some
Yeah.
people who watch me.
Audio is bad. What? It was on your end. Audio desync for you. You just reloaded the stream and it fixed itself. All good. Okay.
Yeah, Jinx Jade, try doing the same thing. Just refresh.
All right. Yeah. If you guys see a desync, try to just refresh the stream. Yeah, I just saw like 7 people drop out and they might pop back in here in a second.
After we start refreshing, everybody drops out.
Well, see, I kind of like the refresh because it artificially gives us an additional view every time. Like it's a little YouTube hack. So like it looks like the stream has like way more views than it did. Like
All right, I'm gonna just start lying and tell people to refresh randomly.
Yeah. Just leave them a reminder like, hey guys, y'all are actually like 30 seconds behind me. So like, just F5
like
and
the stream. Remember to refresh.
might want to refresh the stream, guys. Watch it at 0.5 times speed.
Yeah, watch my streams at 0.5 times speed. And remember to watch all the ads.
Spell storing item. All right. I don't know if they touched this one. I'm curious though. Whenever you finish a long rest, you can. Oh no. Was it always only as a part of a long rest?
I think so, if I recall. I'll double check.
Did they remove the reduced crafting time feature? I think that's a part of the Alchemist.
It was the same. Whenever you finish a long rest.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Same level too, 11th level. Whenever you finish a long rest, you can touch one simple or martial weapon or one item you could use spellcasting focus, and you store a spell in it, choosing a first or second level spell from the Artificer spell list that requires one action to cast. You needn't have it prepared. While holding the object, a creature can take an action to produce its spell's effect from it using your spellcasting ability modifier. If the spell requires concentration, the creature must concentrate. The spell stays inside the object until it's been used a number of times equal to twice your intelligent modifier, minimum of twice, or until you use this feature again to store a spell in an object.
It's literally the exact same text.
Yeah, it's the same shit.
Man,
oh, wait. Choosing a level 1, 2, or 3. Oh, it did get buffed. 3rd level's allowed.
I mean, yeah, they want you to just throw the dagger and blow up a fireball on it.
Let's go.
Here's my deal. I don't like how restrictive this is.
Oh yeah, I always felt it was incredibly restrictive, the original feature. I mean, I guess the only thing I like about this newer one that this allows you to use 3rd level spells. Other than that, I still also feel like it's way too restrictive. I like it conceptually, but now you can throw a dagger and put a fireball in it, so I mean, I guess it's fine.
Wait, Void Bunny just brought up a really good point. That's 10 free casts of a 3rd level spell?
Oh wait, what? The spell stays in the object until it's been used a number of times equal to twice your... Oh god, okay. I didn't catch that part.
Holy fuck.
Wait, okay, alright, my only problem with it, if you put a fireball in it, DM ruling, Taron, you tell me. I put it in a dagger, I throw the dagger, it explodes.
Are you asking if the dagger breaks?
Does the dagger explode?
It shouldn't, because it's cool. Like, that's the thing, is like...
It shouldn't, because it's cool.
The thing that you want is like the fireball just like keeps blowing up on the dagger, and that's sick.
Because like, I don't know if I would rule that you'd have to get a dagger that has a material that could be able to withstand it. like if you had like an adamantine dagger, if you had like something like that, you could be able to do it.
Yeah.
But also, I do like the idea of if you had some kind of boomerang and you threw it over and it just fireball, and you just catch it again, you just keep doing that. That would be really funny.
I mean, like, that's how you want it to work, you know?
Well, yeah, right.
Fireball is now your cantrip.
That's sick, though. I love that.
They shouldn't. I don't know that they should get that at. Man,
I don't know. 11 level shit's already popping off.
wait.
Okay, this is actually good then.
Or third Artificer spell, right? Level 1, 2, or 3 Artificer spell, specifically Artificer spell. So what are our options there? Blink, create food and water, dispel magic, elemental weapon, fly, glyph of warding, haste, protection from energy, revivify.
Let's go.
Holy shit!
Wait, does it say, would you only consume the diamond dust the first time? And then it just keeps casting it? Or do you need to have diamond dust on the boomerang if you boomerang revive people?
Artillers has fireball. Yeah. I kind of figured
Yes!
the subclasses would be where you were going to get that like craziness happening in here. Dude, I don't think Revivify can stay on their list if it's going to be up here like this. Fuck clerics, man. Like, Artificer's getting... I mean, sure, this is 6 levels later, but like... Holy shit, that's Revivify as a cantrip, basically. I mean... Any of this stuff is really good. Well, no, I say any of this stuff. No, create food and water is just... Come on, that's fucking funny, though.
I just realized... I thought this was dog shit at first. I'm completely wrong. This is the exact opposite. This is incredible.
Yeah, no, this is insanely good.
Holy shit.
Here's the thing, though. I would have rather it been a level 1 or 2 spell, and it have been, you can do this as a bonus action.
Taron hates fun.
No, I'm trying to make more fun shit happen.
Wait. As a bonus action? What do you mean?
Yeah, you can cast it into the item as a bonus action.
Oh.
I want you to have more versatility and more utility with it.
Instead of just doing the long rest.
Instead of more power. Yeah, like
that's true, actually.
I think it's a mechanical fuck up, not a power fuck up. You know, so like if you make it a bonus action, make it any item, that feels more fun and more modular. Fuck the 3rd level spells. That's gonna be scary forever if you do this. Make it 1st or 2nd level, but give it more flexibility in how you can use it. And now you feel like a goddamn like MacGyver of magic over here.
Imagine you have like a blunderbuss or some shit. You just shoot a guy, dispel magic.
Yeah.
You just keep doing that. Blame, you shoot them, dispel magic every time you shoot them. That's insane.
Oh man, dude, it's funny. Like I like this one so much, but this is what I was saying about like I would have rather spell storing item have been the key part of how they cast spells. This should have been a unique spellcasting mechanic for them. Like, oh my god.
This is actually sick. Holy fuck.
No, yeah, this is way too good. I'm curious what like Colby and Chris are gonna say about this. Cause like for me personally, it can't be 3rd level. It can't have 3rd level spells on it.
It has to. It has to, bro.
Dude, you should not be able to boomerang revivify, motherfuckers. Oh, you can do it on a net. You can just throw it like throw a net on a corpse. Yeah.
Okay, that's funny. We have to keep it now. What the fuck?
Yeah, like, you just go and you just like whack someone with your staff, just like heal.
The bonk staff of fucking healing.
Oh, that's fucking great.
This is so good. Or you could use a little bonk staff and just bam, food and water. Bam, food and water.
I mean, haste. You just like smack somebody with a paddle, like, what?
The only thing that sucks is it still requires concentration. So yeah, you get 10 use of haste, but it also has concentration on you, so you only really have one at a time.
No. If the spell requires concentration, the creature must concentrate. So
Wait, what?
yeah, that's the way this has always functioned, and this has been why this is so good. You are allowing somebody else to concentrate on your spell for you.
Wait. Read the first part. While holding the object, a creature can
creature-
take an action to produce spells effect from it. That means the proper creature is the one holding the object. So,
Correct.
Okay. So I guess if you toss the item to another person and they bonk themselves and they
Yeah.
haste, and then they toss it to the next guy and they literally baton pass bonking each other, then
Yeah.
everybody could be concentrating on haste for themselves?
That's exactly what
Okay.
it can do. Yeah.
Okay.
Where did they release the file for this? Over on D&D Beyond. In a world where inspelled items exist, this isn't that crazy, to be honest. I mean, I don't know how that's really saying much of anything. Like, yeah, in a world where this is just a mundane thing, then 11th level power doesn't mean shit. It's like, well, yeah, like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I think that you could open this up. I think it's just like, it's restrictive in terms of the mechanic. So, like, just straight
Humble
up.
just brought up a good idea.
Huh?
Get those hirelings ready. Bro, imagine.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine you get like a whole group of like knights or some shit, and you just pass the bonk stick to just hit themselves.
Squire,
all
spank
haste.
me.
Squire, spank me.
It's, dude, I worry about this, man. I really worry about that.
It's better than the Artificer being dog shit, because that's what it was. Okay, I'll accept this. Though I do think you're right. I would have preferred if it was like, yeah, a bonus action, and then it was like tied to a long rest to use it again, maybe, instead of like whenever you finish a long rest, because it does make it so you have to lock into that spell. But what if it just doesn't come up, which would kind of suck, which would kind of encourage you to just pick high damage spells, right?
Oh, god damn it. I think I got rid of the one that you just actually, God damn it. Yeah, I think you got, there was one I had on here that was like, well, I like it anyways, damn it. And yeah, I think I got rid of that one. The haste paddle, go get them. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I really worry about that. I think that this is probably going to have to get toned down. I would not get used to it functioning this way. Again, the thing for me is if this were a bonus action and it were any item and it was only a level 1 or 2, keep all the rest of the mechanics in here. I don't really know why they would restrict it to a long rest. Like, I feel like this could all be fine. Like, yeah. You really don't think Revivify is a spell that you should be worried about? How often are your allies dying in a combat? No, I mean, I'm not saying Revivify is the thing that breaks it. I'm just worried about any 3rd level spell being the thing that breaks it. Like, I honestly, I'm more worried about them just being able to fucking spam out just fireball nonstop, or like call lightning. Or no,
Okay,
lightning bolt.
fireball's
Yeah.
really funny though.
The fireball's hilarious. I mean, again, this is funny, but like, I think we can do better. Like, they still have. Wait, did they not have darkness on their spell list? I thought they did. I guess not.
Oh shit, they don't. Yeah.
Heat metal's funny. Heat metal's really funny, actually. But I mean, you can already do that at range. Dragon's Breath is kind of funny. Enlarge, reduce. Yeah, you shoot somebody with your crossbow bolt and they just shrink. Web
it does
is
take an
cool.
action though to cast whatever spell's on there, right? So it can't get too crazy. Like you can't like put it on a weapon and attack with the weapon and then just cast it.
Well, I mean, you got to look out for the only spells you really got to kind of look out for are like 10-minute casting times. So they
Right.
covered that with the it has to have a casting time of an action, right? So that's fine. That means you can't Liam's tiny hut and just like instantaneously, we're not fighting you anymore for the next 8 hours, you know?
They just drop huts everywhere.
Yeah, that was the thing that broke the Chronergy Wizard. It was like people were just tiny hutting and like in the middle of a combat. Yeah, like I'm not really worried about too much of their spell list, but yeah, whenever you can snag like fireball and stuff like that, that can be a little worrying. But again, I think the mechanic could be better. I'm not really too worried about the power overall, honestly. It's just I would honestly like the mechanic to be better. Heat metal on a familiar, I'll drive by.
Okay, no matter what, we keep the 3rd level spell slot though.
Man,
Yes.
if you make it a bonus action, here's what I think you could do.
Okay.
Make it your Artificer level divided by 6 round
Okay.
down, and then you could get that 3rd level spam at 18th level.
Fuck.
Dude, it can't happen at 11th. That's way too good.
Okay.
Like, if okay, otherwise, it would be your Artificer level divided by 5,
Mm-hmm.
and then you could get it at 15th. But, like, still, dude, 10 uses of a 3rd level spell slot is fucking crazy. I mean, it doesn't really matter what the subclasses have at this point. Like, this feature is so fucking good at 11th level. Like, this is better than getting your 6th level spell slots.
Kinda,
Like,
yeah.
Like, man, that's insane. Yeah, who the fuck cares about Warlock Short Rest getting their spell slots back? Fucking give me 10 3rd level spell slots? Okay. Like,
Yeah.
you can attune up to 5 magic items rather than 3. Okay, that's... Yep. Good. You're doing the replication. Now you're getting the rare magic items, so... Cool. Oh, that's an important restriction, I guess.
Oh, what?
You can have no more than 3 rare items created by... Okay. That... I guess, like... So if we're looking at... What was that, 14th level? Magic items 5. So 2 of them have to... Damn, I wonder what they were worried about.
I guess, like, maybe they were just concerned with, like... I mean, shit, I guess we'd have to look through all the rare items in the
Yeah.
the DMG and see what could potentially be a problem. But, like, man...
Can't they just make a necklace of fireballs now? And not at 11th level.
Yeah, you'd have to wait till 14th, right?
I was about to say, I think that's maybe 14th. And it feels like a really wonk band-aid they had to slip on at the end. I mean, I don't know if it's graceful or not. Again, it's the rarity system. You know, I mean, if they would just shuck the rarity system and they were like, here, it's value now. So all the items that you pick, they can't have a combined value equal to like this right here. Like, that's your max. Go check out my merchant. Magic item master, you're getting the 6. Okay. Cool. Epic boon. All right, Soul of Artifice.
Okay.
So, let me read this off real quick. So, you developed a mystical connection to your magic items, which you can draw on for aid. You gain the following benefits. Cheat death. If you're reduced to 0 hit points but not killed outright, you can disintegrate one uncommon or rare magic item created by your replicate magic item feature, changing your hit points to 20 instead of 0. Magical guidance. While you have attunement to at least one magic item, you can add 1d6 to any ability check you make. You decide to add that die, or the die, after rolling the d20, and you can use this benefit only once per turn.
I feel like this is overall a buff in some ways and a little bit of nerf in others. In the 20th level, Soul of Artifice was like this. It was a +1 bonus to all saving throws per magic item you're currently attuned to. So you'd have to be attuned to 6 magic items, which I think that's your cap, right?
Yeah.
And it just give you a flat +6. And then before, if you reduce to 0 hit points, you end one of your Artificer infusions as a reaction, and you drop to 1 hit point instead of 20. It looks like you just disintegrate one of the items you're attuned to, right? Is that what it says?
Correct.
And then you go to 20 HP. So that is a buff, kind of, but you do lose the magic item.
Yeah, and to think that one of those magic items could have 10 uses of Revivify in it? Why would I ever use Cheat Death?
I mean, once again, it seems like an oh shit button, right?
I mean, I guess, yeah. But, like, Magical Guidance is a straight-up downgrade compared to what it was in 5e.
Oh, I just realized something. This is
That's-
actually a massive buff. So before it was a reaction, this just says you do it. So
Right.
the old original problem that could happen is you could get dropped, and then after you go to 1, you just get hit again, and then you're dropped again. You could just keep burning magic items, theoretically, effectively giving you, like, another 120 HP per magic,
no,
for the total of the 6 magic items.
You don't get them cumulatively. You only get the 20.
No, I mean by this. So you get the 20, you get dropped again, right? You could burn it again, get another 20.
Oh, you're talking
Yeah, you
about
can just keep doing
effectively.
that.
This is like another
Yeah.
120 hit points.
Mhm. With like stop gaps in between them too.
But like, does that feel cool?
I mean, not dying is great.
Yeah, but like, I mean, most of the time that you're playing the game, you're not dying.
That is true.
Now, the thing that I think is a direct downgrade and a nerf I don't know that it absolutely needed is I think magical guidance is worse in just about every possible way.
Yeah.
Like, it's no longer a flat modifier. It's literally a swing, and it's no longer saving throws. It's ability checks. Ability checks
shit,
are
yeah.
not saving throws. So, like,
Damn.
this is good for initiative, grappling, and I mean, your out of combat stuff. Like, yeah, sure, out of combat, you're great, but I'm going to be honest with you real quick. Fucking nobody's doing dungeon crawls at level 20. This is not a thing that you're doing.
Yeah.
You're out here fighting gods. You're not lurking in the deep dark recesses of the world and doing all that. No. You have spells that you could piss on that can solve that dungeon instantly. Level 20 characters are like mostly just doing extreme crazy cinematic combat. So like,
wait, grappling isn't an ability check anymore? That's what Bunny said.
oh shit, you're right. Yeah,
No way.
grappling is it's a unarmed attack roll. So it doesn't even work for
Fuck.
grappling. Yeah. You like, and not that there was like a grapple build that made Artificer awesome or anything like that, but like, why? Oh my god, this is just not good. Like,
Damn.
it's now, to be fair, it's a D6 bonus to every ability check you make while you're attuned to a magic item. Okay, so out of combat, that's good. It's objectively better. But like, realistically, who the fuck is using this? Like, I mean, in most 20th level play, at that point, you roll up that 20th level character, and your GM is going like, all right, now we're going to do the big final fight that we're going to wrap up the campaign with, where you're going to play that 20th level character, and then we never play these characters again, or we only bring them up for like one-shots in the future. And then
Yeah,
next
I feel like
campaign.
I do agree that I feel like it should be something a lot more powerful than this. Like, I don't know, man.
Like, I know why it had to get nerfed, but it's still better than what Ranger got. Yeah.
I mean, everything beats what Ranger. That's an unfair comparison. Like, Ranger got the short end of the fucking stick compared to like every class in the new book.
Yeah. And again, Rose just mentioned outside of combat doesn't really matter at level 20 since spells solve just about every problem. In a lot of ways, yes, I definitely agree with that. Even still though, if there was a problem, okay, so you get this D6 bonus. I mean, that's before we even talk about adding in whatever modifier you might have that applies to it. So like, I honestly think that this capstone is it's not that you are a worse character for having it. It is bad though. I think that this capstone is pretty fucking rough.
It's pretty weak, considering most of the capstones are incredibly fucking strong.
Like, cheat death is an option that you have, but it doesn't feel like it's always on.
I still like it, but I do agree with you on the point that like abilities that require you to die are generally they're not going to see a lot of use, and also they require you to have already fucked up.
Yeah.
So I do kind of feel it there. Someone said earlier, I think it was Rose, they don't get the flavor on cheat death, feels super random. I guess I kind of feel what they're going for is like the Philosopher's Stone kind of idea, which is supposed to be the object in alchemy that allows you to defy death. And I guess they're kind of melding that in with the feature here. I don't entirely know where magical guidance comes into play in there.
Also, I think that's also an aspect of the Philosopher's Stone.
Oh, is it? Like,
it's essentially like heightened knowledge, awareness, and like the
right,
Philosopher's
it allows you to
Stone
know
is, like,
anything, right? Or something like that.
it's like the ultimate component. It's like a Philosopher's Stone can become any element whatsoever.
Right.
Or like it counts as every element for the purposes of anything you would be making or something like that.
You know what would be a nice like ribbon then to go with this? I feel like you should be able to cast creation. Like just be able to cast it.
That or you can use your magical tinkering infinitely.
Oh, that too. Yeah. Like you just make shit, right? Like, because it wouldn't be that this is like false anymore. It'd be like you're literally creating things with your crafting, with your magical crafting. Like it's real shit. This is all natural, baby. You know, like I think that'd be kind of nice.
I would move like
fabricate. There we go.
Yeah, fabricate. Fabricate's so fucking good. I would move spell storing item up into the second level and make it part of the spellcasting feature. I would retool part of right tool for the job into magical tinkering. And then I think you can make magical tinkering actually go infinite at 11th level. Have that replace spell storing item.
And then when would you give spell storing item?
That would be part of their first level feature. Spellcasting. And it would scale up. So this is what I said about like it's not a really graceful artificer. I think they can make a better artificer and a stronger artificer by taking what they already have and figuring out how to make this class more elegant. And part of that is giving them a solid spellcasting ability that is very unique to artificer.
So make it feel less like just another type of spell, like you're a different kind of spellcaster.
Yeah. And there's so many things in here that are just so randomly thrown on there. Magic item tinker, like I mean, sure, this other stuff is nice, but I think this could get cleaned up. I think you could basically have a mechanically stronger and easier to run artificer if you just edited this down. Like legitimately, this just needs somebody in the design team to take the eraser to the page, and this could be better. It's so weird coming back to the artificer after knowing so much more interesting crafted character options from other RPGs. It just feels so weirdly presented, both thematically and mechanically. I was saying it feels like homework. Like reading through this one, it feels way too technical for a game. It's weird. Like I grok it, you know, like I get it. I get what it's doing.
I think that's like the main critique it seems like we're both having about this is like, I don't want to necessarily remove features except for, I guess like we were saying, maybe Magic Item Tinker.
Yeah.
But like it feels like there's a sleeker way to do all of this and to have all of these things and to potentially add more.
Yeah, that's my thing. Is like, Ted, hey, you had a miss old school artificers that didn't do any spellcasting. All they made was basically magical gizmos. Yeah, no, like, I think it could be really cool to get an effect that was like, you are. I love the magical tinkering thing, right? I think this is a really cool idea. I think that this could go way more infinite and not have to track it. Like, if I'm just looking at a quality of life play feel, I think that you could actually make a better artificer. Like, this is a thing. In my opinion, this is a more complicated and less powerful artificer than what I would like to see. Like, to people that are like, Taron, you only want to like kill all the stuff you think is really strong. No, I actually think that this Artificer is kind of meh, except for spell storing item. Spell storing item is fucking nuts. And I'll actually say at that point, yeah, they actually really only come online at 11th level. That's, and that 11th level
like
online
that's when
is,
the thematic, like the theme matches up with the actual like feature itself.
yeah, that 11th level is fucking absurd. Yeah, I like it. It just needs to scale properly. You need to be able to level up into that gradient a little bit better. I don't think we can say that that's objectively broken. I think it's, tracking issues I'm going to mark down. I haven't seen a chatter get mad at me yet, but there's still plenty of time in this stream. I didn't see crafting.
Fuck you, Taron.
Yeah, I didn't see crafting in regards to what I was talking about. So I'm going to say that. I can't believe Jeremy Crawford didn't say flavorful options.
That actually made me sad. I wanted to cry.
I know, right? Or mention steampunk. Wow.
No one said steampunk.
No one said steampunk in the entire fucking presentation. Yeah. Your issue isn't with the powers, with the UX design. Yep. User experience. 100%. I get mad at you if I like. They definitely removed crafting support. Well, we haven't gotten all the way through it yet. We have, oh yeah, wait. Okay, so they added elementalism and true strike to their cantrip list.
Oh, did they?
Yeah,
They
have you played with the new true strike yet?
I have not. I haven't been in a game that played with the new 22-4 rules yet. I've just mostly been kind of looking at them from afar.
You see, I played with I played in Logomancy's Make-A-Wish thing, and Treant Monk and Colby were in there too.
How did they feel about True Strike?
Well, they didn't use it because they were doing the same stuff that everybody was doing in 5th edition that was super busted, except we had an invincible familiar that they were just putting spirit guardians on and throwing him into the middle of everything with a necklace of fireballs. So I was like, yeah, this is
funny shit.
Yeah. And then Chris wrapped up everything by casting Wish to get a tidal wave to just wipe everything away. But I mean, it was basically the same stuff that we kind of always thought was going to be a problem. I mean, but again, I kind of noticed with those fights, it was like, oh, so Spirit Guardians, which we already know is really, really good, being used to just wood chipper through everything. And my job as the barbarian was to like grab something and keep it in there. And like, that was the best thing for me to do. And I was just like, okay, there we go. If Chris and Colby are in a game as a GM, you just give up and ask them, okay, now you tell me what happens next. Yeah. I mean, basically you can see like from the combats that we were having, it was really clear what our tactic was always going to be if we had continued to play those characters beyond that one shot. Like, it was just objectively the best thing in the world for us to keep Spirit Guardians going all the time, you know. But
it's such a good spell, though. It's so fucking strong.
It is. It's good, but again, to me, I'm like, if it becomes kind of the only thing that people are doing, I'm like, okay, well, maybe something should get pulled back. I don't, but
like something's wrong with the design of the game itself if there's a best in slot option at all times.
Yeah, because I would hate a game where it was like I sit around, like 5e's combat is already so slow that I would lose my mind just sitting there knowing that the only thing I could do in the game was keep things restrained while everybody else was casting Spirit Guardians. Like, God, oh man, not my vibe, not my jam.
I feel it, man. I feel it. I want more like I want more dynamic fights, especially in something like D&D.
Yeah.
but it just seems like whenever there's a step taken in that direction, there's like 2 steps back, like immediately after.
Yeah, man, here's the vibe I'm getting from it is that the team would really like to make more cool stuff happen. They're on such a tight deadline with everything.
I feel it.
The shop of many things. Hang on, I got an updated link for this. Hey, everybody in chat. By the way, since there's 65 of y'all right now, hey, you want to get some cool shit just because you were here? Well, if you go check this link out at the shop of many things, you've probably seen a little advert for it right over here.
What?
The shop of many things.
What do they sell, Taron?
Oh man, so many weird fucking things and doodads and gadgets. Actually, one of the really cool things that they are giving away right now, what I think is like a $40 value. It's fucking wild. They are giving away a bunch of sets of these invisible ink elemental ink pens that I am posting the link up to in chat right now. And if you use that link, you can get a set delivered directly to your door, all for the low price of shipping. Literally, they're just like giving away people in my audience like these elemental ink pens. It's all you have to do is pay for shipping.
Sick. What the fuck?
Yeah, they disappear whenever you light it on fire. It's pretty sick. There's a little advert for it right over there, and then you can make the ink reappear in the cold. It's pretty fucking cool. So,
I was like joking, but these are actually sick. What?
Yeah, they are. They reached out to me and they were like, "Hey, we're starting to get involved with like sponsors and everything." And I was like, "Oh shit, yeah, let's try this out." So, hey, guys, go check that out. They just reached out, said that we've got a giveaway if you want to give some to your stream chat. So we've got 65 of you guys in here right now. Go say hey if you get them. Cool. If not, But yeah, so that's just a perk for I guess being in here. Anyways,
I am rapidly purchasing like 30 of these as we speak.
Just use my link, dude. And then there's also like a bunch of other shit that they have, like the Ascend dice thing is like a floating D20, like sitting on this board. It's cool, You're trying to save money. Do what?
Did they have these at PAX? I remember seeing weird like floating dice like this.
I believe they were at PAX.
Fuck yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah. Now that we got the burn-in over, let's do this. Okay. So, Alchemist. I am gonna let Crow take over a little bit on this one because, here's my thing, dude. I'm biased. I hate this as an Artificer subclass. It's the reason why I made my Alchemist class. And I wanted alchemy. Yeah, I wanted alchemy to feel like non-magical. I wanted it to feel like you're a martial blaster who's making up these like chemicals to blow shit up. That felt like fun. So that's what I always wanted the alchemist to be. And I am just already, based off of what they were saying in the video, I already know right now I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
And it's all because of experimental elixir.
I'll admit this. I've recently been playing like a longer campaign as an alchemist. Yeah. So I will say this. I never really use experimental elixir too much. I think it being random kind of fucks with me a bit. Yeah. But it looks like you can choose its effect rather than rolling. Let's say, yeah, when you do so, you choose its effect experimental elixir rather than rolling. So you have to expend a spell slot to create another elixir. Okay, yeah. So it's only the second one you make.
So you get a bit of reliability in here, but still, like, why make it random?
Mm-hmm.
Chance as a balancing mechanic is... They're apologizing for it, is what they're doing. Because you can see right here, you determine the elixir's effect by choosing on one of the other rows on this table. Guys, just let them choose. Like,
someone mentioned something. There's an effect missing. I need to double check.
Oh shit!
Transformation is gone.
What was the transformation?
Transformation. The drinker's body is transformed as if by the alter self spell. The drinker determines the transformation caused by the spell, the effects of which last for 10 minutes. That has disappeared. The only ones that are remaining are healing, swiftness, resilience, boldness, and flight. Let's see. Flight is the same. Let's see. Boldness. D4.
So you
Yeah,
can't
boldness the
like
same.
you can't like get water breathing and a swim speed or whatever that is.
Yeah, because that's what alter self does, right? Yeah, it looks like that's gone now.
Yeah.
Swiftness 10 feet still. Let's see, for 1 hour. 2d4 plus your int mod, and now it's 2d8 plus your int mod. Healing got buffed across the board, right? So it looks like the healing in the experimental elixir is actually like decent now. It's basically like a bit of a hyped up potion of healing, but I guess potions of healing are all d8 now too, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah, it's 2d8 over here.
Gotcha. Total proficiency the same. Alchemist spells, looks like they changed Blight with Vitriolic Sphere. And Chemical Savant. When you cast a spell using your alchemist supplies as a spellcasting focus, you gain a bonus to 1 roll of the spell. That roll must restore hit points or be a damage roll that deals acid, fire, necrotic, or poison damage. The bonus equals your int mod. I think this is the same. Let me double check. Oh my god, Dr. Goo, you're right. The HRT is gone. Bro, we can't do bathtub HRT anymore. It's so fucked up. I can't fucking believe you, Watsy.
Oh, that's so fucking funny. Yeah, actually, yeah, no, now the Artificer's transphobic.
Yeah, it's fucked up, bro. Bullshit. All right.
Oh man.
Level 9, restorative reagents. You incorporate restorative reagents.
Well, let me let me backtrack on this just a little bit. We skipped over 2 things here. Right up top to go to the experimental elixir. I'll just mention real quick on experimental elixir. I think this should be reliable. I think you should just be able to pick the effect. If these effects needed to be a little bit weaker to do that, then sure. But like, this should be. It says a magic action to do this. I know that they made it a bonus action for you to chug the potion, but you should be able to do this as an action or a bonus action to do this with a vial. You make 2 of the vial, like right, like that feels so much more thematic to like a mad alchemist.
Like you make it and you can chug it as the same. Yeah. The same action.
Now you can already do that right now because chugging it is a bonus action.
Okay.
But administering it is still an action. Which, if you got the ability to make it as a bonus action as well as an action, you could do all of that, right? So I like the idea of the flexibility there. Or you don't have anyone that you can actually hit with one of these things. So, like, you brew up 2 for your next turn, right? Like, something like that. Proficiency with alchemy supplies. Okay, if you already have this proficiency, you gain another proficiency. It's whatever. In addition, when you brew a potion using the crafting rules in the Dungeon Master's Guide.
Oh, I didn't even catch that. Thank you for mentioning that. You have the amount of time.
Yeah.
I just double checked. I assumed that was already there. That's my bad. My fault, OG. Yeah. That's pretty good.
This is actually really good. I think people overlooked it with the wizard, and they were hesitant to really put more of those like savant like features on other like casters moving forward because nobody really embraced it. But it was like this was supposed to be the way that you as a wizard expanded your reach of spells beyond what your levels or what your class said you could do. You know, like this is supposed to be a huge amount of research that you're supposed to be doing, and like it was a bunch of roleplay inspiration. But here you have something a bit more tangible. You blow shit up cheaper. Like this is pretty fucking good. I think this is like what? So like if you have the gold, if you have the materials for it, you can probably make like 4 or 5 alchemist fire in a night. Like
I'm glad that they're making this class. This is something I wished would have happened with Ranger. That I'm glad they're making this class interact directly with a component of the game, with the crafting rules. I wish things like the Ranger directly interacted with the exploration rules. That would have been great.
Yeah.
Instead of just making it all about fucking Hunter's Mark. So yeah, I actually like this a lot. Man, I'm so sad for glassing over this. For some reason, I just assumed that they already did that, and I was
Yeah.
wrong.
It shocked me because I thought that they did too until they said so in the video, and I was like,
Yeah, I was like, wait, what?
wow. Yeah, Ked was like, I'm not a fan that there are player-facing rules that are part of a class, but it's in the Dungeon Master's Guide. Yeah, I agree. I've said for a while I think the DMG is an outdated model, but
Yeah, I agree.
moving forward from there, restorative reagents.
Agents.
You can incorporate restorative reagents into some of your works, granting the following benefits. Fortify whenever a creature drinks an elixir you created with experimental elixir. That creature gains temporary hit points equal to your intelligence modifier plus your artificer level. So like 14 right here. How many uses of it?
It as many uses as
you have
your
spell slots.
Yeah, pretty much. But they're also random too, right? So it would be the temporary hit points in addition to whatever benefit you end up rolling.
Well, except whenever you cast it with the spell slot to do the elixir, you do choose.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
2d8 plus 14 No, wait, sorry. 2d8 plus int because of alchemical savant. So 4.5, 4.5, 9 plus, we'll just say 5, so 14 plus another 14. That's pretty fucking good for a first level spell slot.
Oh, that's strong as hell. And plus your artificer level now. Before, what used to be, let me double check, was 2d6 plus your int mod.
Yeah, this is like, and this is raising the floor of all your healing right here. Man, you can cast Lesser Restoration without expending a spell slot and without preparing the spell, provided you use alchemist supplies as a spellcasting focus. You can do so a number of times equal to your intelligence modifier minimum once, and you regain expended uses when you finish a long rest. Fortify is already really, really good. Restore?
Yeah, Fortify is pretty strong.
Yeah, Restore on top of that is... I don't think anything's busted necessarily, but this is a lot. Yeah. That's a lot.
Yeah, Restore's fine. I mean, it's nice being able to have the option.
Yeah.
But Fortify, yeah, that's damn.
That's
pretty good.
That's quite a bit. Especially just you're shitting it out for a first level spell slot. I mean, all things considered, like, you're not really using your first level spell slots for much of anything else anyways by this point.
Well, you do get Healing Word, which is pretty good. But you're probably better off just handing people potions before a fight, as opposed to just doing a Healing Word. Like if I spend a couple spell slots, just hand everybody a potion before like a big battle, that's going to give people way more healing than Healing Word ever could. But I mean, there's still always the benefit of Healing Word being able to drop people who go to 0. So I guess there's some trade-off there.
I mean, at this point, you're basically only really using Healing Word for oh shit moments.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'd probably use like 2 or 3 first level spell slots to make these potions, and then like keep those extra spell slots for like a Healing Word or something. Because like I'm already playing an alchemist, so it's like a support class anyway.
Yeah.
So like I want to keep that spell up mostly for that heal. So that makes sense.
You believe Fortify is providing more than an equal level life cure wounds? Probably. Because, well, I mean, the THP, right? And life
cleric
is
a big temporary health fan, and I wish they'd use it more.
Wait, say what?
I said I am a big temporary hit point fan, and I wish they'd use it more.
Well, see, they did, and then we got Twilight Domain.
Yeah.
And then they fucked up the math of the game, and, you know.
Damn.
So, one of the other things that they said that they changed was Vitriolic Sphere. Can you tell me, is Vitriolic Sphere poison damage, or is it necrotic?
I think is it acid? Let me see.
Oh, if it's acid, that's okay. Or I guess anybody in chat can tell me this. Because if vitriolic sphere, if literally the change was just getting poison out of their
Acid
spell
damage.
list, it is
It
acid
is
damage.
a 4th level spell slot. It does 10d4 acid damage and 5d4 acid damage at the end of its next turn. Yeah, 1 foot ball of emerald acid streaks there and explodes in a 20-foot radius. It has a range of 150 feet.
So it was literally just getting rid of poison damage in their kit.
Pretty much, yeah. I
That's
mean,
super funny.
because acid, if I recall, has a lot less things that are resistant or immune to it, especially in compared to
Yeah.
poison. So I'm a fan personally. I love the idea of being able to be like a poisoner or whatever, doing like gas bombs and stuff. You know, I'm a caustic main in Apex Legends, so I like the idea of that. But unfortunately, in this fucking game, everything's immune to poison.
That's, I mean, I think that there's ways that they could have handled that in this update, but like, man, I don't know. I think that these Pokemon like damage type systems are really intuitive for a lot of people. Like, we all grew up playing Pokemon, so like this clicks.
Mm.
But oh man, it winds up with situations like what we have with poison, right? Wait, what
Yeah.
wasn't Blight necrotic, not poison? Oh shit.
Oh, is Blight necrotic?
Oh wait, then yeah, wait, why would they removed it then?
Oh,
Maybe it just didn't really, maybe the vibe was just off?
I guess. Damn, imagine getting just capped like that for vibes.
Yeah, right. You get resistance to acid damage and poison damage. Pretty common. You can cast Tosha's Cauldron. Wow, Bubbling Cauldron without expending a spell slot, without preparing the spell, and without material components, provided you're using alchemist supplies as a spellcasting focus. Once you use this feature, you can't do so again until you finish a long rest. Is that spell in here?
Oh, which one?
Tasha's Bubbling Cauldron.
I think that's like a new spell, right? Like
Is that in
I
the
don't.
2024?
Yeah, it's 2024. It's also a 6th level spell. I think they mentioned that when we were watching the thing earlier.
Okay. I mean, 15th level.
Damn, they should have just called this feature my alchemical romance.
Without knowing specifics on the spell, the fact that it's a 5th level spell you get once per day for free, sure, it's here. It's here. Oh, it's the one that makes potions?
Oh, it does?
Oh. Ooh.
Okay, I have, for some reason, don't ask how, access to be able to see this spell. You conjure a claw-footed cauldron filled with bubbling liquid. This may or may not be the description of the spell. The cauldron appears in an unoccupied space on the ground within 5 feet of you that lasts for the duration. The cauldron can't be moved and disappears when the spell ends, along with the bubbling liquid inside of it. The liquid in the cauldron duplicates the properties of a common or an uncommon potion of your choice, such as a potion of healing. As a bonus action, you or an ally can reach into the cauldron and withdraw 1 potion of that kind. The potion is contained in a vial that disappears when the potion is consumed. The cauldron can produce a number of these potions equal to your spellcasting ability modifier, minimum of 1. When the last of these potions is withdrawn from the cauldron disappears and the spell ends. Potions obtained from the cauldron that aren't consumed disappear when you cast the spell again.
That's pretty nasty.
It is pretty nasty. You do need a gilded ladle worth 500 gold pieces to cast it, though.
But that's not consumed by the spell.
No, it is not consumed by the spell.
Right. And I'm wondering, does it count the healing from the potion of healing as a healing roll of the spell? Because if that's the case, like I think it should, the level 5 thing works with it. And no, never mind. Fortified doesn't.
Right, because it's specifically for that feature, right?
experimental elixir.
Mhm. That'd be sick if it did, though.
That's crazy if it did. Wait, you lost healing greater restoration for 2d8.
Yeah, you
bonus and
do lose
health
heal.
potion.
It used to be heal was the feature you got. Heal and greater restoration without expending a spell slot. And you also didn't need the material components for it.
The fact that it doesn't synergize is kind of odd. But, you know, I mean, look, everything else is pretty fire on it. Like, I don't know, maybe in playtest, people are going to be like, wow, this thing is actually absolute horseshit. But as, like, so far, like, this alchemist looks really good.
Mm.
This thing is annoying, but, like, I would just hand wave it and say, pick the elixir.
What was the rarity cap on the elixir? On the Toss the Bubbling Cauldron again? Common or uncommon. Fuck. Missed opportunity to make it very rare so you could get a potion of speed.
Yeah, you can't upcast it. Or, well, you can. It just doesn't do anything. But I will say, as a half-caster, getting a freebie 6-level spell slot as your capstone, that's pretty alright.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
And you get it before you get any 5th-level spells. I mean, look. Yeah, I'd be pretty happy with that.
I'm going to take a look at the list of uncommon potions in 5e.
You played an alchemist and this offers plenty more. Alchemist always felt like I got a lot of nothing burgers. No, yeah.
Oh, there are a lot of uncommon potions. Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah.
Bottled breath, mummy rot antidote, oil of slipperiness, filter of love, potion of advantage. Wait, what is this from? I have to look at that later. Potion of animal friendship, potion of fire breath, potion of giant strength. Which giant though? Hill giant. Okay, which is 21, which is still pretty good.
Thanks, Phoenix.
Potion of growth is uncommon.
Oh.
Yeah. And the potion of resistance and the potion of water breathing.
You can give everyone a potion of hill giant strength.
Yeah. That'd be kind of sick. What are the common ones? Potion of climbing is one of the common ones.
Okay.
I wish you had up to rare.
The utility is nice. It has a lot of flexibility. I'm just gonna say this though, like, God. Okay, this is good. This is an improvement, and I should probably not say anything else, because like literally anything else I'm gonna say about this, people are gonna like. I mean, not people in this chat because you guys are, you guys are down with the sickness, but like. Anything I would say that would get clipped or whatever, people are going to be like, oh yeah, he's going to shit talk it because he wants to go sell people on his alchemist. You're fucking right, I do. Go over and give me your fucking money. Christmas is coming up, and I need to buy some little kids some toys, okay? Now, they're my family little kids. I'm not just buying little kids toys. I might be, yeah, you never...
Bro's like, yeah, that's right. I am biased.
Oh man, yeah, that's been no Crow. That's the thing is I'm going mask off now. My whole strategy has been to build a platform of 20,000 YouTube followers or whatever to go and make $50 a month on the DMs Guild. Oh man, all right now. Oh wow, yeah. Okay, armorer. All right, the Iron Man thing.
I'm so ready for this. This better be Titanfall instead of Iron Man. I'm so ready.
Like, the thing I thought was cool was, like, they were actually trying to go for a CC tank.
Yes.
Like, they were trying to go for crowd control tank originally. I don't think it worked all that well, but I know what they were going for.
Did you play it? Did you play the Armorer?
No, I never played this, no.
Okay. Because there's some things...
Artillerist.
You played Artillerist? Artillerist is also fun.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and I saw the crazy, like, action economy buff it got in here, so...
Yeah. Artillerist maybe was the only one that probably didn't need as much of a buff, and it got one anyway.
Taron just busts into people's home to leave a copy of the Basic Heroes Handbook. If that motherfucking like UPS truck would get here anytime soon, I could get yeah. Okay, so I'll try to get through this a little bit quicker because I know that we've got we've been going at this for 2.5 hours. You gain training with heavy armor. Okay, there you go. Smith's tools, K. Crafting non-magical.
Oh,
Wait.
in addition, when you craft non-magical and magic armor, the amount of time required to craft it is halved. That's sick.
Or magic armor. Dude, that's
amazing.
That's pretty fucking big. Like, I mean, I know that there's some potions in which, like, yeah, they get to be pricey, but magic armor? Like, realistically, is that going to come into play all that much during the campaign? Probably not. By the time that you get that stuff and actually get it, you know, like, you're going to forget that this part of the feature even existed, but, like, shit, that's cool.
Would that give access to plate armor without the insane gold cost? I mean, it'd cut it in half, basically.
What's that, like 900 gold pieces or whatever?
It's like 1,200, I think. I need to double check.
Oh, for base plate?
Yeah, for base plate. I mean, to be fair, though, that is a cool thing for you to get plate earlier. Like, you just have to get less gold to be able to do it. I mean, if you full clear through most dungeons, you should have at least, like, 1,000 gold or something at early level. So, like, I don't know. Like, I think that's fair that, like, oh, the armorer could be able to make that plate armor, and then you guys would still be able to use the rest of the gold without feeling bad about having to give it all to the armorer.
Yeah. Dude, I had one of the fucking funniest pieces of feedback come back the other day where it was so I've been adjusting some of the like crafting and stuff that goes on with the alchemist and vagabond and everything. And someone was like, you know, now I think I'm a little bit worried that my players have figured out, well, I can take these like materials over here and make this item and then sell that item and buy more materials to go over and make more of this item and make more money doing that. And I'm a little bit worried about what that does to the economy. And I was like, you just figured out craftsmanship, motherfucker.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
That's how people make money. It's not an exploit. That's how capitalism works. What the fuck?
This is the reason why I like the Artificer as a concept and like the Crafter as like a concept is I like classes like how the Warlock functions that give immediate buy-in to a player to be able to create your own diegetic goals. So like by making it so you can do things like you craft faster and shit like that, or that you have like plans to be able to create magic items and stuff, it makes it so it's like, okay, these are things that now exist in the world that you can go find and that you can go like do as like objectives for your character. Yeah. And I wish more classes had stuff like that.
Yeah, like just the like self-made goals that just emerge like that. It's
exactly, like emergent gameplay. I want more of that.
And for that to be baked into the class is just super fun. But magic armor is the #1 thing that breaks 5e's math. Oh, there you go.
Fuck it, you're doing it live.
Yeah. Wait. Did they used to get shield? There's no way, right?
I think so. Let me double check. For one of the armor spells?
Yeah.
No. Magic Missile,
okay.
Thunder Wave. I think they used to have it base.
So if I remember right, oh wait. No. That's right. Okay. So I think there was a UA where they had it. The spells are the same. Yeah, I think there was a UA where they had it, and it had the same problem with artillerist gets shield, not armor. Ah, gotcha.
Yeah.
Mirror image shatter, hypnotic pattern, lightning bolt.
Yeah, these are all the same. All these spells are the same. I'm looking at them.
And now you get to lightning bolt with that. Always got to remember, spell storing item exists. Hypnotic pattern. Holy shit! Hypnotic pattern 10 times a day.
That's gonna be so funny.
Okay. Alexa, armor required. Okay. Done it often as a utilize action. Attaches to you. It can't be removed against your will. It also expands to cover your entire body, yada yada. You can use your armor as a spellcasting focus. Armor model. Okay, customize the armor. And each model includes a special weapon. Okay, so the one that we're looking for is the Dreadnought is apparently the big fucking brand new one.
Yes. So that's an armor model, right? Let's see.
Yeah.
Each model includes a special weapon. The language here is basically the same.
Yeah. You design your armor. So this is the Dreadnought description. You design your armor to become a towering juggernaut in battle. It has the following features. Armor flail.
Yeah!
An iron ball on a chain appears on one of your armor's gauntlets and has the following traits. Simple melee, 1d10 bludgeoning plus the ability modifier used for the attack roll, and it has reach. Giant stature. As a bonus action, you transform and enlarge your armor for 1 minute. For the duration, your reach increases by 5 feet, and you are and if you are smaller than large, you become large, along with the sneeze. All right, there we go.
Bless you.
Thank you. If I didn't just sneeze all over my shirt, all right, it's all good. You become large, along with anything you're wearing. If there isn't enough room for you to change your size doesn't change. Gotta eat the rest of this taquito.
All right, so Directive 1, protect the pilot.
Okay. Now, wait. It's for 1 minute, and you can use this bonus action a number of times equal to your intelligence modifier. You regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. I'm going to say this is a flavor fail.
I feel like it should just be big, right? Like,
you regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. So, like, the armor doesn't have to cool down. Apparently, you do. That's weird. I don't like that.
You have to go EP and your armor cools down.
Yeah. Okay, Wrecking Ball. If you hit a creature that is at least one size smaller than you with the flail, you can push the target up to 10 feet straight away from yourself, or pull the creature up to 10 feet toward yourself. Okay.
I'm just gonna assume the reason why you have to take a long rest is like an Evangelion thing, to where like you're like connected to the to the mech. You know?
Yeah, your limbs get stretched. You need recovery time.
Yeah.
Can I have the mech where I have the hot alien chick and like naked in a tank behind me while like we're fighting? Look, I watched a lot. Outlaw Star was dope. Okay, like. Did you ever see that one, or was that like 10 years before your time?
It might have been before my time.
Oh, shit. Man. Dude, Outlaw Star was sick.
Yeah, I didn't see that one.
That was like one of the first ones that came on Toonami, or yeah, I think it was like, it came on Toonami during like, I don't know, 2004, 2005.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, that show was fucking great. Okay, so Guardian.
Check that out.
Guardian was the like kind of active CC tank, like the Dazer tank.
Yeah, this was Guardian was basically the Iron Man one. This is the one that had the gem-like node on their gauntlets or whatever. Yeah, this is just Iron Man. I want to go back through again. I'm pretty sure this is the same, but feel free to chat about it while I look.
I mean, 1d8 thunder plus the ability modifier used in the attack roll. Oh wait, is this? Yeah, okay. Distracting pulse, defensive field, attack rolls other than yeah, this is the same thing. It's the same thing as it was in 5e. You customize your armor for subtle undertakings. It has the following features for Infiltrator. Gym-like node, yada yada. Yeah, throne. It's funny that it's thrown and not a ranged attack. Wait, it's a simple ranged.
Wait, simple ranged? What do you mean?
Yeah, why would this not just be a ranged attack, and why have the thrown property on it?
I think it's because... Why does it have thrown?
Did it originally?
Well, they weren't done like this, if I recall. The way it was done before, let's see. It was a simple ranged weapon with a normal range of 90 feet and a long range of 300 feet, and it deals 1d6 lightning damage on a hit. Once on each of your turns when you hit a creature with it, you can deal an extra 1d6 lightning damage to that target. That's what it used to do.
So I guess this is like, because it's a gauntlet and you might be using it like, punching with it with like strength or whatever. Maybe they're saying thrown in order to allow you to use strength for the attack roll or intelligence. What? It's in the same camp as darts, I guess. Maybe.
Yeah, that is a little weird why it has thrown. I mean,
And like, if it's an energy attack, why not make it a ranged spell attack?
Wait, is it because the way the property normally functions is ammunition, range 90, 300, or whatever? Is that like a weird
loading? No, not usually.
Yeah, what's the property for like a bow that determines
loading.
Range? Loading?
Well, loading is the thing that requires that you have to take you have to stop to reload it every once in a while.
Okay. Oh, loading for like crossbows and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, by what's the property like in like for a bow to be able to shoot?
Void Bunny just asked the question I was curious about. As per this, it kind of insinuates that you lose it whenever you attack with it. And I don't think it should. This should be a blast of energy. This is like, this is the Mega Man. You're shooting a lemon. Like, you should be shooting a lemon, Is it for strength / dex scaling? Well, see, that's what I was saying, but like, I think it would be better for them if it's scaled off of your int.
I see why. Okay, I see why they put thrown. Because of the way the language is done, it's usually the ammunition property, parentheses, range, and then it says the short range and the long range. So they did thrown, so they don't have to say it has ammunition, so that they don't have to say that this has a limited amount of ammunition. Because then you'd have to give it the ammunition property and say that like that it requires a piece of ammunition in order to fire.
They could have solved all that by just calling it a spell attack roll. Or a ranged spell attack roll.
They probably could have.
Boosh! Like, no.
I mean, it would make sense. It's like lightning shooting out of your hands. That feels like a ranged spell attack.
Should be. Plus, like, adding your intelligence to it. I don't think Tony Stark was particularly, like, ripped. I mean, he was in better shape than I am, but, now, okay, the dampening field. Okay, we really want to see. Okay, so there's the extra attack, armor replication. You learn an additional point.
I just realized something. I did not even catch this for the Thunder Gauntlets. Did you read the first line on defensive field?
While you are bloodied, you can take a bonus action.
While you were bloodied?
Yeah, they made that. That's a new keyword.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah, it's in the PHP.
No fucking shot.
Yeah.
Let's go. We brought bloodied back, boys. We did it.
I like it not as a condition. I like it as a kind of just a mechanic that references your health, right? This is a shorthand way to say half or lower, But yeah, you're home now. You guys mind if I hop in, boys? Yeah, man. We're in the Livestream lounge.
Let's go.
If you want to come hang, we got 62 of y'all in here. Hey.
Yeah.
Holy hell.
Then we can all yap about artificers together.
Yeah. Yeah. So bloodied is getting the keyword, and I mean, I think at least if like people are going to continue playing D&D 2024, I think the most interesting one for that's going to be seeing what they do with the monster manual. Yo, kid. Wait, I never noticed before that, like, you know how Discord will give you the background based on your avatar?
Yeah.
Like, yours is just like, I think yours is supposed to be the same shade as your skin on your avatar, but it just looks like the most pasty white I've ever seen, man.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's not pasty enough to match me real life, though.
How you doing, dude? Oh, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. A little dizzy, but I'm doing good.
Good.
I feel it. You ready to yap about artificers? Do you want to yap with us?
I am. I've been sort of watching passively, waiting until I got home. I'm like, all right, time to whinge.
So
I still think I wish the dreadnought was just like a mech you'd got into and it was just giant the whole time. But I get it that you have to stay as medium size for everything nowadays. It's whatever. I want it to be big. I understand, but everything else is like pretty much the same. I always like the armor, so it's fine so far.
I mean, I think if
Dungeons
you're,
and Dragons and Mecha and Kaiju.
yeah,
Yes.
I think if your GM is allowing this stuff anyways, like they're most likely down for you doing, you know, Power Ranger Artificer here. Like,
Yeah.
Okay, I feel like I was reading ahead. I want to get to it first,
okay,
but
so we
let's
already know
keep
extra
going.
attack is good. Oh,
Obviously.
come on, extra attack, extra attack. Thank you. All right. Armor replication. You learn an additional plan with your replicate magic item feature, and it must be an armor category. If you replace that plan, you must replace it with another armor. In addition, you can create an additional item with that feature, and the item must be in the armor category.
So you could just make another suit of like +1 armor or something like
Yeah.
that. Is that basically what it's saying?
That's it, right?
I mean, at least until you get to the rare categories later. I feel like this really doesn't activate until later. When you get like rare items and stuff.
Yeah. Well, no, replicate magic items. So you're choosing. You get it instantly, right?
Mm.
I think the only reason I'm getting hung up on it is because my editor brain is on right now, and I'm just looking at it like I feel like you could write this in one sentence, but
Probably.
Okay, perfected armor. So your arcane armor gains an additional benefits based on the metal, as detailed below. Dreadnought, the damage die of your armor flail increases to 2d6 bludgeoning damage. In addition, when you use your giant stature, your reach increases by 10 feet. Your size can increase to large or huge, your choice. And you gain a fly speed equal to your speed. At that point, yeah, this is anime as fuck. I mean, you're in a Gundam now.
Yeah, it's full Gundam.
Yeah.
Okay, I wish this is why I was saying with the reading ahead thing. I really fucking wish that it would like work autonomously from you when you're outside of it to go full fucking Titanfall. Like it's running around shooting and shit, you know, like hitting people with the flail, and then you can just run over it, like picks you up and throws you inside his body. Like, come on.
Now, I haven't played a lot of 2024. Like I'm a little out of date on some of this stuff, but like, and like these options seem pretty good, but at the same time, like this is 15th level to finally get like a fly speed and 2d6 damage.
Yeah. I mean, I think with subclasses, it's a little bit easy to get lost in the magic of it all, where you're like, oh yeah, here's this little package of options, and I know I'm eventually aspiring to be that right there. But like, Ked's super right. I think that they could have given you that fly speed as a part of the 9th level for all of the different armors, and you would have been okay.
Like jet boosters?
Yeah.
Because to me, fly speed's never been a big deal. I have never struggled. Like they could have fly at level 1. I will never struggle as a GM. If you're creative enough, like it's not a big issue.
I'm actually like entirely with you on that, if I'm being completely real. Like I don't get what all the fucking like what's it called? What all the controversy, I guess? How would I put it? Like people who just get like really fucking upset about the concept of giving a fly speed at really early level. I never understood it.
It's not controversy. It's that a couple of people that are like in your comment section get really, really worked up about it. So it's fun to make videos where like you intentionally like get their jimmies rustled, you know?
Just piss them off.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's a couple people I know I can make really upsetty spaghetti with my videos. So that's what I, you know. But like when it comes to flight, I don't mind it indoors, but if it's like heavy exploration, essentially that means that character is immune to melee damage. And I'm going to have to improvise. Okay, well, I guess every one of my enemies is going to have a short bow now. Yay. But
I also look at it this way, though. If they have flight, and no one else in the party does, they're alone. They've just separated themselves. There's so much badness that could happen to them in that case.
Yeah. I'm gonna make grippins way more frequent.
Just swooping by, picking up stray flying adventures.
But even things like a simple archer on the bad guy's side, like your guys could take cover and get behind things. If you're in the middle of the sky, what are you going to do?
Yeah, I think like, dude, if there was like, man, I don't know, if like ranged attacks just did a little bit more damage to flying creatures, even like do the Fire Emblem like weakness, what is it? It's not like, it's not a damage type chart. It's like a position chart or like a unit chart where like, you know, flying Pegasuses are like super weak to arrows, and heavily armored units are like super weak to bludgeoning, and yada yada yada. I don't, like, it seems like you could get a cool little like war game going. I mean, well, yeah, no shit, Taron. They made a super famous franchise out of it. I don't know. We're 2.5 hours into this thing. I'm delirious. I've been reading 5.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a few ways you can screw with them. I mean, think like if your movement speed drops to 0, you fall like a rock. Like there's so many things that they can do to someone with fly. Like I'm just saying, I don't see fly as that big of a deal. They could have gave it way earlier and have been way more like flavorful with the armors.
And also, if your group of enemies the kind of people to where when they see a flying creature coming at them and they all panic, let them fucking panic and let them run away. Like, if they actually can't handle them, then they go, oh shit, they can fly. And then they start fucking running, you know?
Yeah, just be like, in this region of my magical world, there's flying nets. Ha! Like,
yeah.
There's tumbleweeds that go in the sky. they net you.
So, there's not a problem with Dreadnought. It's like we're getting more options in here.
I'm just glad they doubled down on the mecha.
Yeah, like I think that this should exist.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, I'm just waiting. Well, we need to get like Grums to rage tweet about how they're adding mechs into medieval D&D.
Yeah, it's woke now.
Yeah.
Yeah, woke mechs, Evangelion references. Man, that's crazy.
This is breaking my immersion.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to the medieval fantasy of being able to use an eldritch cannon?
Yeah, and we start the fight about them taking out the HRT and the alchemist, and then that there's mechs and that
Did you see that, Ken?
Yeah, I was watching at that point.
It's brutal, dude. It was fucked up.
Really, it's a hit for all progressives everywhere.
I gotta admit, although so far, like what I've been watching and reading and whatnot, the Artificer, although it's not remotely how I would design it, there's a couple little gems in here that are actually kind of flavorful mixed in with the crap.
I agree.
That's what I was saying. Like, there's fun ideas in here. It's always funny whenever people will like chew me out for my social media stuff. I'm like, wait, I said that I like some of this stuff. Why are you saying that I would like, I don't know, I apparently want to murder Jeremy Crawford? No, that's not it at all. Like, there's some really interesting and fun ideas going on in here. Magical tinkering. I like this as an idea for like the base of a cantrip.
I mean, spell storing item, like you like that so much, you think that should be the base like feature of the entire class.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, is that like a hot take? Like, spell storing item is so fucking dope. It should be core. Like, oh,
like
God.
It should be how they cast.
Yeah, like there should be an addition thing. So like, so I guess to the 65 people that are in here, those of you who don't know me, I made a lot of my content is on the DMs Guild. That's what I got big for in this scene. And the first class I ever wrote was the Merchant. And the Merchant has a unique spellcasting feature called exchangeable casting that I've been asked about like 20 times now if people can like adapt that mechanic for their own homebrew, where you're able to like give people your spell slots. You're like almost selling them a spell slot. You are subsidizing a spell slot, something like that. I would love if more spellcasting mechanics, like instead of just coming up with like, I'm a half caster now, what makes you cool about being a half caster? I want to see like a mechanic that gets introduced with like, oh, okay, well, you only get up to 5th level spell slots, but what cool shit can you do with it? And like in 5e, the only thing that Ranger and Paladin got was that their spells were just better than they should be for their level. And that was kind of it. I mean, Paladin got Smite, but I mean, you know, like that. I would love to see more interesting mechanics thrown in that makes like spell casting interesting.
Well, something we were even talking about when it came to the Artificer here that we thought was really interesting was even how they have their whole like crafting thing, like the crafting times halved and shit, right? And so it gets you thinking about crafting, and so then you want to be able to pursue styles of play. Like it was the thing we were talking about before, where like we want the class to have mechanics that make you even want to pursue objectives just by being that class, or to even inform a play style just by being that class. And I want more than just it has power, it does a lot of damage or whatever. And I think that's one of the biggest weaknesses of the 2024 Ranger is that it's like it took all the criticisms of it being bad and then thought, oh, you mean in combat? Let's fix that. And then that's all they did.
Yeah.
They're not branching out to some of the other stuff that they could be doing. Like, once again, I think into like the old school Artificers. They used to be all utility until they started making like siege weaponry and shit. Like, it used to be like the jack of all trades, like utility knife of the party when you played one, and it was so cool.
Like, they're kind of like a skill monkey. They're kind of like a what's it called? Like, they always have a solution, especially for things they could be able to just make, right?
Yeah. Kind of moving forward here on Artillerist. God, I wish they had just been like, okay, you get proficiency with woodcarver's tools and a fucking gun. But so it's when you craft a magic wand, the amount of time required to craft it is halved. That's fine, but like, oh, that feels more situational, and I don't know. It's whatever. We'll see who actually like engages with those mechanics in the game. So they get shield. Shield is absurdly good. Scorching Ray, absurdly good. Well, probably absurdly good, better on this because of the attack roll stuff. They get Fireball, even better because spell storing item. Wind Wall.
Could you spell storing item wind walls?
I guess.
Yeah, I can't see why not.
It's concentration though, huh? So it probably wouldn't be that great.
I mean, you can have the other person concentrate on it for you.
True.
No.
Could you spell storing item shield?
Yeah.
Wait, it's an action though to use it. Never mind.
I would honestly say it's still worth the action.
Would it function then?
It's until the start of your next turn, right?
Yeah, you get a whole round of +5.
You get, you get it for that
+5.
Do that. Yeah, don't even disengage anymore. Just be like, yeah, try hitting me, motherfucker. Bam! Like, yeah, that's 100% still worth it. Honestly, I would probably even just burn my...
It has to have a casting type of action too.
Oh, you can't do shield because it requires a reaction.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
Damn. I mean, probably for the better.
Yeah,
I would still use it as an action, like if I could. Yeah, but
you get Wall of Force at 17. That's pretty decent.
Yeah.
It's too bad you can't use those. Imagine if you could just keep Cone of Cold. Imagine how fucking crazy that would be.
Man, looking at this, so that it's a tiny Eldritch Cannon in an okay, so this is still the same. It disappears if reduced. Okay, I do like the magic turret. It's just fun. I love the idea because it feels like either like the engineer from Team Fortress or like I played a lot of Smite, and Vulcan, the way that he's represented in Smite is basically this. 5 times your
Oh, the-
artificer level. Do what?
The protector is still pretty good because like early game, I remember the protector was like your party wouldn't die. Like everyone's just getting constant temporary hit points.
It was insane.
Yeah, excuse me, tiny. Yeah. Oh, I know, right? Yeah, it's the aircraft gun that's smaller than my knee. Yeah, I mean it's good.
Wait,
Like-
tiny could be something handheld, correct?
Yeah, you can use this as your gun.
Oh?
Yeah.
Are you dual wielding? And then you just like have like someone said a Mega Man cannon.
Yeah.
And then you have your arcane firearm in your other hand. And you just like start blasting people with that.
Yeah, I mean, my take on it is that's why they kept it vague. Like Eldritch Cannon. And they didn't just call it, a fucking Glock. Like
I had a player that actually he said his used to be like a bracer and that would just like detach and crawl around or something.
That would actually be sick. I love that.
Yeah, the actual fantasy Mega Man. Yeah. Okay. So the big buff here is that I guess originally for people in chat, this used to take whenever you made it, you had to choose the function. And now that is not the case. Now, if you make this cannon, it can access all 3 of the functions at the same time.
I personally like that a lot.
That is so beefy.
It's very good. Like, I wonder if it's now the strongest companion in the entire game.
That is a really big buff.
And it keeps getting better and better and better. So I think that this is good. I would not buff this anymore. This is like as close that I could say to this being too good. I don't think you can say on a 3rd level loadout that the artillerist is looking bad in any form whatsoever. Like,
yeah,
I don't see a weak point much of anywhere. Like, even if we're gonna say like, I crafted magic wand, that's not really gonna come in handy. The action economy cleanup they did for this right here is I can't overstate how huge this is for this. You can switch up your playstyle instantly. This used to be really expensive on this Artificer. The buff mostly benefits the flamethrower, but holy hell. Yeah, that was a weird thing for me, was like I see the damage and I see the cone and I'm like, oh, okay, that's really cool. But at the same time, I'm like, I was just choosing the Force Ballista because that was a lot easier to guarantee a hit on. Or the positioning wasn't so dependent. Now, if they get close, I'm like, oh, cool. Like
yeah, I like this a lot. This is pretty sick. Okay, so do we want to move on to the arcane firearm?
Yeah, when you finish a long rest, you can use woodcarver's tools to carve special sigils on your arcane firearm. They disappear from the object if you later carve them on a different item. The sigils otherwise last indefinitely. You can use your arcane firearm as a spellcasting focus for your artificer spells. When you cast an artificer spell through the firearm, roll 1d8, and you gain a bonus to one of the spell's damage rolls equal to the number rolled.
I think that's the same, right? Let me double check.
Essentially, it's the exact same thing.
Yeah, I think so. Although I still think the wording could have been cut in half.
It could have.
It's really weird wording, especially at the end.
This is the way to phrase this one. Ross and I got a lot of pushback on this whenever we were originally put out our video on Artificer. Ross was the one who sold me on this actually being too strong. This is a freebie upcast of every spell.
Yeah.
It's you're casting everything at least at 2nd to 6th level.
That's true. I wish it were a 1d6 though, because arcane firearm, it'd be like a revolver. 6 6 rounds, come on.
Okay, so you're mad at the flavor fail.
I'm mad at the flavor fail.
Yeah, understandable.
I think it's not that crazy in some ways, but also I just want it to be a 1d6.
If you do a lot of AoEs, it's not that it's crazy, but like they are getting Cone of Cold, they're getting Wall of Fire, and they're getting Fireball. I think they get Heat Metal as a part of just the what the hell is this class called? The Artificer. Jesus Christ, there we go. It's good, but I'm to people in chat. I know people get on my case because we're like, hey, well, this is like a freebie upcasting, and people are like, oh, it's only 1d8. What are you talking about? And I'm like, okay, look, it's good. It's just flat damage, and I'm kind of like, okay, it's there. Explosive cannon. Your eldritch cannon you create is now more destructive. You gain the following benefits. We need to just get rid of flavor text. Just get rid of flavor text. Detonate. When your cannon is reduced to 0 hit points, you can use a reaction. Okay, so I talked about this earlier. I think whenever you first got in the chat, Crow.
Yes.
I think this should be a bonus action or a reaction. You can choose to detonate the cannon and have it be like a fiery like ball of force, and yeah,
That would be sick. Yeah.
It's the Diva ult.
Yeah, I actually would like that a lot.
And its damage rolls increase by 1d8. So now it's 3d8 damage for the flamethrower, 3d8 force damage for the force ballista. It's good. It did not increase the temporary hit points. Did that? Wait, did they remove that?
An increase. I thought there was one before, wasn't there?
I thought there was.
I think it used to. Let me see. Yeah, it didn't.
It never did?
Oh. Oh, that would be why, because I remember my players always saying it was super strong early for that, and then it did kind of fall off, or it always felt like it fell off at like later levels.
That's a shame.
Weird.
Why do they hate temporary hit points?
Wait, you mean wizards or Ked's table?
Wizards. Why do wizards hate temporary hit points?
Dude, that was the thing, is that they started putting it on way too many people during Tasha's. And now I think with D&D 2024, it feels way more prevalent.
Especially since it's like enforced backwards compatibility, so you're still getting the old stuff too.
Oh yeah, that's true. I guess the way they buff it is later when you can do 2, and then you go full Torchbearer, and you start dropping like double turrets, and then start doing like the 1d8 shield and the 1d8 shield again.
Well, they don't stack because they're temporary hit points, though.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, that's true. Damn. All right, it doesn't then. Fuck.
Yeah, the double firepower is really good. Okay, look, I'll just say they were trying to hit the engineer. They were trying to hit, like, Torbjorn from, Overwatch.
Yeah.
All of these, like, I put a sentry out there, and this is the way I do battle. Like, you have the Artificer chassis on top of all this stuff anyways. And the fact that they just cleaned up its action economy right here makes me think that Artillerist is like, God damn, this is in a really good spot. And this is the only way that you can get Fireball with 10 third-level spell slots. So, like, I mean, don't sleep on that, man.
No, this is incredibly powerful.
Yeah,
I would probably like flavor mine is like having the little cannon in my hand and then having the little predator cannon on your shoulder or something,
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't have like a function on there that gave you like infravision or anything like that.
Damn shame. Maybe in the next book.
Yeah. All right, so the last one is the Battlesmith. This is the one that got the robot dog, and you gain proficiency with. I didn't really know what this one's core identity was supposed to be about. It just felt like randomly someone gave us a robot dog.
Wasn't that the one before that also gave you like intelligence to attack or whatever?
I think so.
Maybe. I don't super remember. Not to mention all healing rolls are doubled. Wait.
What?
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 Wait, what was I maybe talking about there? Not to mention all healing rolls are doubled?
Battlesmith.
I think they meant like how all healing got buffed from 1d4 to 1d8.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that's what they're talking about.
Okay, yeah. In the old one, so battle ready was what gave you intelligence instead of strength or dex. So we'll get there and we'll see. Oh, it looks like it's probably similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is whenever you craft an ordinary or magic weapon, the amount of time to spend to craft it is halved. All right, that's Yeah, that's really good enough to where that should be the only thing that you get right there.
I hope this encourages people who play battlesmiths to be the kind of person who their whole character is that they want to forge like some weapon. Like that's like their goal in life is to forge some like legendary weapon or whatever. I think that'd be kind of sick.
like the barnacle dude and the barnacle blacksmith in Elden Ring.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't make a blade to kill a god. Heroism, shield, shining smite, warding bond, aura of vitality. I think aura of vitality got a buff if I remember this right, but conjure barrage, aura purity, fire shield, vanishing smite, mass cure wounds. It feels like a Valkyrie artificer for some reason.
There's some good spells in here though.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
Something I like about the battlesmith is its spell list. Like where the artillerist is really heavy damage, the alchemist is like full support. This one kind of like mixes. It's like very defensive, but then it also has some pretty good like damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've always enjoyed that about their spell list.
So they're getting their battle ready. The robot dog was originally a reference to Eberron lore, if I'm remembering right.
Oh yeah. There's like a specific thing. I'm completely blanking on it though.
Like Steel Defenders or something like that.
I think so. There are like different kinds too. It's not just the dog. There's like a bunch of different types of steel defenders. The dog became really prevalent though because people liked the art and they thought it was cute.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, it does.
It is.
It's good. I like it.
Your combat training and your experiments with magic have paid off in two ways. Arcane empowerment, when you attack with a magic weapon, you can use dexterity instead of strength or dexterity. You can use your intelligence modifier. Wow. Yeah, I am. We'll make it through this.
Home stretch.
Yeah, proficiency with martial weapons. There we go. Steel Defender. You get a Steel Defender, so you get stat block. You determine the defender's appearance and whether it has 2 legs or 4. Your choices don't affect the defender's game statistics. It's friendly to you and your allies and obeys you. It vanishes if you die. In combat, it acts during your turn. It can move and take its reaction on its own, but the only action it takes is dodge, unless you take a bonus action to command it to take an action. If you have the incapacitating action, the defender acts on its own and isn't limited to the dodge action.
I think that's all pretty much the same so far.
I think everything is the exact same.
Yeah, looks like it.
Only, I guess you gain a benefit for playing a small ancestry here because you can actually mount the defender. But
oh wait, can you?
Yeah, you would be if you were playing a halfling, you could mount the defender.
That's amazing. So you could get like a little cockatrice or something, and you just ride him
right on your robot dog.
Are mounts still getting that like weird extra action that you can stop and punch him in the head and shit?
It is such a weird interaction that essentially the way that you would have to be able to make that work is if you and the DM were like conspiring to fuck the game up. But rules as written, it appears that you can just generate infinite reactions by jumping on your buddy's back and jumping off his back, and then someone else jumping on his back and jumping off his back. Like, is it good? Like, does it do anything for you?
No, it's really sus though.
It's yeah.
A bunch of dudes jumping on each other's back. Like, what's happening,
bro?
Hop.
Like, you know. But yeah.
Yeah, sure. You're breaking the action economy. That's what you're doing, right?
Yeah,
with all these guys, you're hopping on backups on the backs of. Yeah.
They're trying to get a reaction, is what they're doing. Yeah. But the weirder thing was that it could, I guess, move and maybe take an action. The weirder thing was that its position and the action economy changed. So, like, it wasn't just that you were getting the extra reaction. You could potentially cheat out to where someone gets 2 actions in a round. Or, sorry, 2 complete turns in a round. It's weird. But, like, is it effective? Is it the kind of thing that I'm like, you can easily do this? No. The GM's got to basically, like, conspire with you to be like, this is how we break the game. Like, yeah.
It's very much in the realm of, like, he's just being a dick. Stop it. type of rules.
Yeah, if somebody was actually like actually me at the table over that, it's like, cool. Well, we have an open position next week for a brand new friend. Like
So crazy. I have another slot for a new player.
I think this is all the same.
No, the restoring and replacing thing is new.
Restoring
You
and
can
replacing
you can expend a spell slot to bring it back after a minute at full hit points. That you used to only get it back
wait,
after
that's
like a
new?
full rest.
Yeah, you'd have to take a long rest before. Yeah.
Because this was the way that they were handling companions and Tasha's.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Well, I've got the Steel Defender up here from the 2014. Well, after 2014, whatever. But
yeah,
this here, it's just at the end of a long rest. As long as you got your tools, you can bring it back.
they may have done that because it's a construct. Because all the other ones that have this, like, you can return it back to life after 1 minute with all its hit points if you spend a spell slot and give into the power of friendship. Like that. That was the way that Beastmaster got fixed, if I'm remembering this right. Oh, and Drake Warden.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm happy to see it because it really sucked before. It's like, well, my guy went down in the first fight, and yeah.
My whole subclasses. Yeah, my whole subclasses revolves around my interactions with this thing. Fuck me, I guess.
Arcane Jolt. Whenever you hit a target with an attack roll using a magic weapon or your Steel Defender hits a target, you can channel magical energy through the strike to create one of the following effects. Destructive energy. The target takes an extra 2d6 force damage. Restorative energy. Choose what creature or object you can see. You give them 2d6 health. Okay, 30 feet. Yada, yada, yada. This is at ninth. Honestly, it's just like, it's just more damage, more healing. Okay.
I think it's the same. Yeah, it's the same. Target takes an extra 2d6 force damage. Choose one creature or object you can see within 30 feet of the target. Healing energy flows to the chosen recipient.
Is this healing doubled?
Hit points to it. What's the healing on the new one?
2d6.
2d6 on this one.
Okay, so they did not buff that. Interesting.
Yeah.
And they've buffed healing everywhere else.
And it's the same number of uses and everything. Like, I mean, mechanically, it's all right. I mean, it's not super fun. It was awesome, but like,
it's just
works.
more damage. Okay,
fine.
Arcane Jolt and Steel Defender have become more powerful. Damage and healing of your Arcane Jolt both increase to 46. Steel Defender gains a +2 bonus to armor class. Whenever your Steel Defender uses its deflect attack, the attacker takes force damage equal to 1d4 plus your intelligence modifier.
That's exactly the same. It's the exact same thing.
I have one little thing here that I don't. It's like an editor thing. In the previous subclass, the turrets are improved by a number of dice, but in this one, it says the thing is increased to the number of dice. Like, I don't know. It's a little editing thing. Like, why didn't you just standardize that? You choose one or the other. Is it increased to or increased by?
Well, so if they say increased by, it implies that you add those dice to the dice that are already there. And if you do increased to, that is like arbitrarily setting the amount to that, right?
But like there's nothing else that adds on to it. So I don't see a reason why they couldn't stick with the same.
Yeah, that's true. Unless like you maybe have some like weird magic item that's specific to the class that like adds something to that, but that would be an exception.
I see the uses for it. I just don't see like why they wouldn't standardize it here. I don't know, just weird little editing side note, like thought.
Oh, there you go. So people were saying to check out the Homunculus Servant stat block, and then I am gonna clock out because I can already feel myself passing out. Oh wait, did that say repeat shot? Magic weapon. Oh, it's okay. So yeah, all the infusions that they could not get on a into a magic item, they turned into new magic items.
What? Okay.
Yeah, this is basically a Chukanu now. You can just build a Chukanu in D&D now.
Let's go. They added it to Hunt Showdown. Now they added it to D&D. Let's go.
Yep. Oh, that's sick. Okay, that's fun.
I actually like that because I think some of those items would have made just cool magic items.
Yeah, these I even think uncommon is a bit high for some of these. Like Helm of Awareness, advantage on initiative rolls, that's good, but it's like that's it, right? And it requires attunement.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's kind of rough.
If you made that a common magic item that required attunement, I'd be like, damn, okay, I got it. Like, yeah, okay, that's a good little like intro dungeon treasure. But yeah, homunculus.
Yeah, definitely not an attunement slot worthy.
No.
1 hour or ritual. Wait. Casting time, 1 hour or ritual. Oh, wait. Am I dumb here? Ritual casting can't shorten the time of the casting, right?
Right.
It can only expand it, but it doesn't cost the spell slot, correct?
It's 10 minutes or the casting time, I believe.
Correct. Okay. Cool. Range 10 feet. Components verbal somatic material. Okay. You summon a special homunculus in an unoccupied space within range. This creature uses a homunculus servant stat block. If you already have a homunculus from this spell, the homunculus is replaced by the new one. You determine the homunculus's appearance, yada yada yada. So wait, Trek was saying that this was apparently pretty good over on Blue Sky. And what?
I hope so. It's 100+ gold pieces for a level 2 spell good.
Yeah, and the poor little guy dies really quick too.
Yeah.
Ooh, I do like the channel magic thing though. That might be what he's talking about. You cast a spell that has a range of touch while the homunculus within 120 feet. So I actually think this is interesting. Do you see the wording here? I've never seen this wording in anything D&D. Trigger response. Do you see that?
Oh,
okay. Yeah. No, we've sorry, I've been doing layout work for Josiah for Dungeon Dad, and I've been seeing that like crazy on stat blocks here lately.
Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, so you cast a spell, that's the trigger, and the response is the homunculus delivers the spell through its touch. Okay.
Okay, so here's all right. So what Trekero said on this is a community post. Wizards just released a new playtest version of the Artificer. Some initial thoughts. The changes are pretty minimal, so if you already own Tasha's Cauldron of Everything, I don't really see a need to upgrade to this new version. But overall, it seems like a bit better put together. A common observation with D&D 2024, I suppose. The armorer gets a new armor option. Yeah. The homunculus went from being an infusion to being a ritual spell with no duration. And it can now... Oh, wait, it doesn't have a duration?
No.
I think it's because they're replicating the... Wait, if it doesn't have a duration, does that mean you could just keep making homunculuses?
There's no way.
Yeah.
It definitely has to...
I did not even catch that.
There is nothing saying you can only have one that I can see. It just costs you 100 gold piece a pop.
Okay, so it's expensive, but you could.
You can raise up a little dude army.
Yeah, you can army little dudes. Let's go. I didn't even fucking catch that. What the fuck?
Yeah, okay, so Trek got that one. It's there's pretty much no cost to having a homunculus, and it's mathematically always a good idea to have one, which I can't say I'm a huge fan of because we went from having a homunculus being a character choice to it being a tactical / mathematical choice. Before then, the main reason to have a homunculus was that you were playing a goblin or a goblin artificer, and you wanted to have a more evil, more chaotic version of yourself that you called Mini-Me, and you give it a silly voice. Now that you don't want to miss out on getting one more attack for every turn. So overall thumbs up, except for the homunculus. Yeah, it needs a once per.
Yeah, because you could just sit down with a whole bunch of money, empty out your spell slots for a day, get a whole little mini army, and be like, all right, I'm good for the next day.
Yeah.
I think the only thing holding it back is that they die really quick. But I mean, if you, like you said, have a bunch of money on you. Wait, it says if you already have a homunculus from the spell, the homunculus is placed by the new one. Let me see.
Where?
Oh wait, yeah, at the
Where?
very top. This creature
Oh.
uses the homunculus servant stat block. If you already have a homunculus from the spell, the homunculus is replaced by the new one.
I
Oh,
swear to
okay.
Have an armor
no,
roll,
no,
yes.
no, no, no,
All right.
no. Hang on. I swear to God, I scrolled back up there looking for that exact text, and it was not there. I don't know if I'm Mandela affecting myself right now, or if I'm just
You
genuinely
Berenstain
that
Baird.
tired.
must be.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Berenstain, motherfucker.
What are you
Okay,
talking
so
about, Taron?
we can only have one. All right. That's not too bad, all things considered, then.
Yeah, if they had given you a version of it that like maybe 5th level or something that was like you can just keep making them, holy shit, that would be so funny. But again, it probably shouldn't function that way. Yeah.
But I mean, it is like just a really good familiar that you have to pay for.
And it is essentially you are giving yourself dark vision
Oh yeah, huh? Damn.
because you can telepathically communicate with it and everything.
So it can go through into an area as dark vision 60 feet, telepathy 1 mile. Okay.
You basically just like have it on your shoulder and tell the DM like these are my eyes right here.
Yeah, because it has no reason to withhold information from you or to
No.
describe things incorrectly. Like it's just
It's a
you made it to
character
be
choice
that
at
way.
that point.
Yeah, that
And
would be
honestly,
you being an asshole to yourself. if you
The hit
did that.
points, at 5 + 5 per spell level. If you're like, you're not caring about the spell level because you're probably casting it in your off time. I mean, that's not too bad. You mix it with evasion. I mean, it's somewhat survivable. It's not a frontliner.
Yeah, let's see somebody below their 9th level spell slot just making this little guy. Wait, did it say it disappears after the day?
Let's see. Someone's supposed to mark this
Oh.
open space.
Where?
Okay, so here's you ask the GM like, hey, I need 24 hours to get ready. And you spend that 9th level spell slot getting the homunculus to where that comes out at what, 50 hit points? Completely pointless, but no, it's just pointless. Oh wait, plus the spell's level of force damage. But it's only 1d6. Never mind. This is an extra attack. It doesn't require any more of your action economy. That's about like where I think Trek is coming from.
Well, the major thing is the channel magic thing. You just want to make it beefy enough that it can dip in and out and like deliver spells for you.
Oh wait, do you not control like the attack with your bonus action? Like it just does it?
You determine the homunculus' appearance. Creature
Oh,
uses it.
It obeys your commands. No actions required by you.
Oh. So if you just say attack this guy, it will just force strike it.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah. Which is the way it should be. I mean, whenever you issue like a kill command to a dog, they don't like bite once. They should latch on. Like that should be a like, no, you keep obeying that command until I issue you a different one.
Yeah.
And wait, if you don't issue any. Oh, no action required by you. Okay. Dude, Beastmaster might actually feel pretty decent. I mean, no action required by you. I don't know. We'll see. Whoa. Okay. Holy crap. Oh, we made it.
We made it. We're still back.
So, it's a better Artificer. I don't think they needed to go this hard. Like, this is an objectively stronger Artificer, but I still think I would like to see it improved, and I think a lot of the improvements that I've suggested are like just cleanups.
There's
like-
a lot of stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like, if this were cleaned up here, this were cleaned up there, if this were earlier and then scaled later, like things like that. It's like little stuff. I think Tricker's right in his assessment that because of that, it feels very minimalist in its approach to try to like bring it up to scale with current 2024. So I can kind of, I kind of sympathize with that.
Yeah. Well, and they're kind of power creeping themselves out of like this backwards compatibility thing.
I also say I would say because of the way that it's minimally like kind of like improving it and like kind of just feeling like a buff overall, that I'd see no reason why I'd want to play the older version of the Artificer. But I
No.
still wish that this took a different approach with how it would go about it.
Yeah, I feel like I've kind of outlined the stuff that kind of irked me a little bit, and but yeah, at the end of the day, it's better. I mean, it's a better Artificer. I think mechanically it's going to be stronger, but also like stronger is not always more interesting in my opinion.
Nah.
No.
All right, chat. Well, let me get my guests to shout themselves out. Let's start with Crow.
Hello, I am Jacob Crow from the Crow's Perch. It's been a bit, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, I've been touching too much grass lately. It's a shame. I actually have to leave pretty soon to go to Seattle. So, yeah, you can find me on Instagram, on TikTok before it gets banned, and Twitch and YouTube all under Crow's Perch or Crows_Perch or Crow_Perch. Watch my videos.
Hell yeah. All right, Ked.
Kedhup, QEDHUP. If you're on a social media, I mean, just look for that name. Like no one really else is gonna have that name. And I do the thing on the YouTubes, making videos occasionally, but also I've been spending more and more of my time like doing like layout and art commissions. So that's what I've been doing. I also been spending too much time actually like living in the real world and touching grass. I miss the online world.
I do too, honestly. I need to stream more. I was streaming recently and I was like, fuck. Did you see the Helldivers expansion thing that just came out?
I saw that
No.
there's an expansion coming out. I'm like, I need to, now that I'm getting some of my projects wrapped up, I'm like trying to get back more into actually playing video games in my free time.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
I want to go
on
back
Red
there
Dead.
again. I need to go back to gaming DGen hours. I'm touching too
Right?
much grass.
Dude, wait, I found a game that like we've got to get a group together to play.
Yeah.
Have you heard of Pilgrim?
No.
Oh,
No.
okay. Dungeon Crawler Lethal Company. So imagine like medieval, like Black Plague era, Lethal Company. And
Go
Oh.
on.
it's more of a horror game where like it's horror but also goofy funny. But it embraces the horror a bit more than Lethal Company did. And I've seen 2 playthroughs of it and I am obsessed. It looks sick because I've got basically every achievement on Balatro now except for 2. And I'm like, all right, I need to play something else. But yeah, Pilgrim. Here you go.
Just wishlisted it.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
only like
it's like-
$10.50, so I'm gonna pick it up.
10.5. It was like 8 for me.
I'm Canadian.
I
Oh,
know
yeah.
our money's worth more.
That's so rough. I'm sorry.
Oh man. All right, guys. Oh hey, Ked, Crow, thank you so much for joining me. I'm gonna sign off over here. And everyone in chat, thank you so much for being here. All you 52 people. Hey, I make my own content, by the way. Go check out Vagabond on the Land of the Blind storefront. Links to all that stuff is going to be down below. If you want to support what I'm doing around here, consider throwing me some cash over on Patreon. I'd really love the support. And if you want to actually get some stuff for your money, there's multiple zines that I am printing and merch that we're dropping over on the Land of the Blind storefront. Come check out Vagabond, this thing I spent 2 years of my life making, and hopefully I won't be spending the next 30 years of my life regretting having made it. Now, with that, I will see everybody here very, very soon. Everybody have a good night, and I will